just ended up naming it the Dr.Rios and Mr.Hyde podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was the most fitting name. It was the most clever name I could think of.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah. Who's going to come up with that?
Right? Pretty much.
Right.
Fucking Shropshire wants to hear our podcast.
Oh, God. All right, well, that's fine. We have 7 listeners so far. So thank you to those 7 sponsors.
Yeah, thank you, 7 listeners. Lucky number 11.
All of them were me. No, I'm just kidding.
Right? And 1 me.
And 1 you. Yeah. Thank you to those 7 listeners who sponsored this podcast, as in, like, allowed us to keep going.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Make us do another one.
I appreciate your support.
Yeah. Welcome to the Dr. Rios and Mr. Hyde podcast. I'm Dr. Rios with my co-host,
Mr. Hyde.
Mr. Hyde. I have to confess something about the name. I'm not actually a doctor or a Rios.
Dr. Pepper is more of a doctor than Rios is.
It's true. It's true. You know, like you have to prepare for something, and they tell you to practice in the mirror or something like that. It's like, I never liked that because I don't even like looking at myself, you know?
Yeah, it's the same thing as like trying to laugh real hard while you're looking at yourself in the mirror. It's
really, it's like, if you're looking at yourself, I've actually never noticed that until now, if you laugh at yourself.
While you
It's
actually look at
creepy.
yourself in the mirror,
It's hard to laugh. You're right.
It's like when you get recorded, you sound like a dumbass, but other people are like, you sound fine.
You sound normal.
You're like, nah, I sound gay or some shit.
No, the thing is, you don't hear yourself, and they're like, yeah, you always sound like a dumbass.
Yeah.
Like, that's just normal for you.
Yeah. It's like, do I really sound that stupid? Yo, even stupider.
Even worse than you think.
Even worse than that. I mean, like, that's just scratching the surface.
Oh, yeah. It's what can you do about it, though? It's like, this is what you sound, so fuck it.
Right.
So I'm going to call this the official Yu-Gi-Oh podcast, since we got our Yu-Gi-Oh cards out here. I'm shuffling. I have too many cards. I tried to cut it down today. Going against Shibari. It actually came down to a good flow, but then I started playing Gary. That's a whole different story.
Oh, speaking of which, so we just heard like something pop off in the background somewhere.
Gunshots.
Yeah, yesterday I heard something pop off so many times. I was like,
what?
Everyone fucking duck!
Get down!
Get down now!
Was that at work?
No, that was like
At home?
at home. I was like, this place is getting ghetto as fuck.
Oh,
Used to be
shit.
white people neighborhood.
Oh, man.
Damn.
Shootings. Yeah.
My house has gone down in equity
In
because
value,
of the
exactly. What the fuck can you do about it?
because of that shit.
It's like every shot it goes down like $1,000.
Yeah, I heard 7 shots, so down in that area.
7,000.
It's down under 7,000.
It's under 7,000. That's unfortunate. Do you need to borrow money or something?
I just hope it was firecrackers.
Hopefully, yeah. So how's it going?
It's going.
Yeah.
You?
It's alright.
It's going.
Just got off work.
Yeah, work sucks. But hey, pays bills.
Yeah, it does. And you can play Yu-Gi-Oh during work.
Yeah, play Yu-Gi-Oh during work.
See, that's the thing though too. It's like usually when you do things like that at work, everyone gives you shit for it. The managers are like, "What are you doing having fun while you're trying to work?"
It's
pills,
like,
man.
Yeah, I can walk and chew gum at the same time.
Yeah, and it only distracts me a little bit. Like I'm on a call and someone will call and like, I need this, this, and this, and I'm like, let me think about that for a second while I'm trying to figure out what card I'm gonna play. What was your name? Like start over. Hold on. Oh yeah, that problem. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I hate when I'm about to end the duel and I'm like, all right, so I summoned this and I
Get a call.
They were calling.
Yeah.
How can I help you? Oh my gosh, you're pissing me off even more. I'm just about to win.
Yeah, it's not a bad gig to be able to do that all day.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's the only thing that gets me through the day at this point.
It is fun. I mean, regardless of like, everything, but it's just like, I'm getting paid to play cards.
I know.
It's so awesome.
It's awesome.
It's too awesome. Who wants to go first? You want to go first?
I'll go first, yeah. we're gonna cut everything out. every action we take, I play, and then we're just gonna cut it.
Yeah, copyrights.
I know.
Copyright infringement.
We can't even use the names of the cards because it's like we're not even playing Yu-Gi-Oh. We're playing something else.
Not trying to get sued. Probably Nintendo's gonna be like, we own Yu-Gi-Oh now. We're gonna sue you.
Damn it! Can't even put it on YouTube.
Right.
All right, I'm gonna go first here. Let's see what we're gonna do. Yeah, and I get my ass kicked every time by you, so it's not even gonna. It will go through like 20 games in the span of about a half hour.
Right. I'm like, you're not done yet?
Yeah. All right, go.
All right, draw.
So I was playing Gary today, and he was the last game, and I didn't even finish it because I was like, I gotta go. Like, it's not worth it. I got a podcast to do. And he was just, cheating left and right. It's just the way he is.
Go ahead.
And it's like, it's just a game too, so why cheat, Like,
I know.
If you're not good enough to win, you practice, but like he's just like, oh. I'll put that on the top of your deck. And I'm gonna attack.
Okay.
I don't have a way to count points.
In my head, 24.
Yeah, well, there you
so
go.
56.
24. We'll just add it together.
There you
go.
Draw. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like why cheat? Is there a point to it?
Yeah, and every card banishes everything.
Yeah. So his thing is just like he'll put something down and he's like, here's what it does, and I'm like, is that really what it does? He's like, yeah, of course. And he'll show me the card, with his thumb over half the card, so I can't read it.
Free solemn strike, no life points paid. Everything is absolutely free.
I sent it to my graveyard as a be token.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's just like there's no point in doing that because one, I'm gonna read it, and then he's like, oh, you're right, and like you knew that you play that card every time.
I know. It does that. How long you had them cards?
Yeah, and it's not like he doesn't read it. He just like he maliciously does it. So I don't know. It's hard to play against him. It's good.
Or he's super illiterate.
Yeah, that I don't know. It's his thing, and he did the same thing with. So Jabari, another guy at work, is just like, hey, where did you get those cards from? Because he bought like a huge box of them, and he's like, it was $25. He's like, it was $25, and then Jabari goes and finds that place, and he's like, yeah, they were like $40, and they were on sale, so they ended up being like $50 by themselves.
I know.
And then he was like, it's like double what he said it was, and then why even lie about it?
Okay, so we're basically tied. You take 2,400.
Okay.
And I take 7. So I'm down by 7.
All right, you down by 7. All right, we'll just keep going for the rest of the
day. Right. Yeah, he lies about that all the time, and I don't know why he does that.
I don't know. And that's why I actually prefer you there, because what we're playing, I don't even have to call him on his shit because he knows you're looking over his shoulder. So if he bullshits about something, no, that's not how the game works.
By the way, he plays 6 samurais, and basically he has a face down samurai, and he's like, I use this ability to banish your card.
Yeah, he's just like
every card.
He's like
even from your hand.
he played this one synchro monster, and it's like, this is all nerd shit, but like he put the synchro monster down, and it was like, it's his normal synchro monster that I've seen before, and he says, anything you do, I can negate it. And I'm like, that's not how the game works. So I put something down, he negates it. He's like, I'm negating that. And I'm like, okay, but it's not destroying your card. That's not how it works. She's like, but I'm negating it. I'm like, whatever. I let him negate it. I was like, it's once per turn, right? He's like, yeah, it's once per turn. I put something down. I negate it. No, you said once per turn.
Right. I negate everything.
Yeah, it's just like bullshit. And then I'm just like, you said once per turn. I don't, and so everything he does is just a way to win. And it's not even that it's like a good way to win. He just, I don't know.
It's a funny way to win.
Yeah, there's just no point in playing,
Pretty much.
So, I don't know. Just the way it is.
It is.
So today, sorry, go ahead.
I was just like looking at what I'm gonna do because I'm gonna try this. Ain't my turn. Go ahead.
You're not gonna try.
I'm not gonna try anything.
Not yet.
But the wait.
But the wait. Okay. Damn. I'm going to put this the shit on that, dude. Knock him out. This is like the perfect thing for an audio podcast only. Like,
right.
Just playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So everyone can see. And I attack.
Remove from play.
Damn it.
Yes.
All right, and then go ahead.
Draw.
So what? I was listening to Spotify today. What's your favorite, your preferred musical service? You use anything? Spotify, Google Play.
I don't use any of those, but rap station.
Sure.
Hip hop.
Yeah.
But 80s music is definitely awesome.
Classic.
You know, I like classic. I like all music. Country is alright to a degree. Mm-hmm. Mostly sucks, but to a degree it's alright.
Mostly sucks.
But mostly sucks.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I use Spotify, and you know I listen to whatever I feel like listening to. But today, my so we switched banks, so my car got declined. It was like it's $10 a month.
Oh, dude.
Or something, you know. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, whatever, it's worth it because I use it every day. And what service do you use every day that you pay $10 a month for? Besides Amazon. But
I'm the person that YouTubes while plugging in to my car.
Yeah.
So that way I can get out the.
But that's great too.
Sound.
Because you have so I have YouTube Premium too. But ultimately, my Spotify today, usually it's just like nonstop playing. You know, whatever. All right, go ahead. You know, nonstop playing. I can skip as many times as I want. No commercials. And today,
nice.
Because it was because it got declined, I was like, God damn it! So I was on my way to work, and it was like, you're downgraded to commercials, and so that's fine. It's like it plays one commercial. The commercial's usually like 30 seconds, and then it moves on. The commercial that it played though was literally like someone brushing their teeth. It was like, what do you do in the morning? And it goes, and it's like you could hear everything, and then the next commercial was like some dude eating, and I'm like, what is this in my ear? I'm so pissed because it's like this. That's just the one thing you don't want to hear in your fucking ear.
Pretty much.
Yeah, it was like someone brushing their teeth. I was like, no one in the world even wants to hear themselves brush their teeth. Like,
pretty much.
And it was just disgusting because it was like ASMR type shit. And it's like, imagine someone brushing their teeth in your ear.
Pretty much. That's just nasty.
Yeah,
it's
and
like,
I was like, what kind of commercial is that?
Right?
Like, I get it's free, but you don't know how to torture me.
It's like clipping your toenails.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, imagine someone doing that just in like, it's just...
Yeah, and it almost hits you, like, kind of shit. Like, it's not touching, but it almost touches.
Nah, it's more like they chop their toenail off and they shove it in your ear.
The sound.
But like, yeah, the sound of that.
Amplified.
It hurt my ear. But yeah, it was obnoxious, and I was like, God damn it! This is why I pay for $10 a month, so I don't have to hear someone brushing their teeth in my ear.
Right? Fucking brushing your teeth. Like, what the hell?
Disgusting.
You won pretty well. I can't do anything anymore.
Yes. Did you deck out?
My magician. This is the magician thing.
That's the way I win. This is the loophole.
And then attack.
Yes.
I was about to summon all these.
I'm the winner.
Quaver.
Oh, yeah. That's how you gotta win. Just have infinite life points. Deck you out because you can't. The one card you can't use is at the bottom of your deck.
Right? I was like, damn.
Genius.
I was hoping to get just the infinity loop.
I
just
know.
keep doing it over and over and over.
Deck out. Avoid the loop. I avoided it. That's strategy.
Avoided the loop.
Even though it was totally like on accident.
Should have 3 Book of Moons.
That's true. Nah, because then we just flip it over again.
Just keep doing it.
Over and over.
Yeah, with Baby Dragon. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. Fucking grade A content right there. Our listeners went down to 5. We lost 2 listeners and they weren't even listening live.
Yeah. Lost 8 people. Damn. We only have 7.
How did we lose 8? Somebody subscribed and then left.
So it's like, nope.
Never mind.
Which is bullshit.
Yeah, and we're gonna cut all that shit out, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Because what the fuck?
Pretty much, cut all that out.
Did you know Jabari's his Blackluster? No, his Chaos Emperor Dragon has a typo on it.
Nice.
Yeah, it says something, and then your is spelled wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's actually like worth more because it's a misprint, but
right.
because it's such a trashy condition.
I know.
Like, it's unfortunately not worth it.
And I know, he gave me shit. I was like, yeah, dude, if that typo is probably like worth a lot, but you know, in that condition, probably a lot less. And he goes, it's in like good condition. Don't give me shit for that. And I'm like, I mean, it's not perfect condition. It's not mint.
It needs to be minty fresh.
Yeah.
Cause like what do you call it? Like, I have a Goblin Attack Force.
Yeah.
Have you seen that?
Nah. Wait, I've seen the card. I think I've seen the card. Yeah, but
Yeah, I have a misprint.
really?
Yeah. It's a fire, but it says it's a star. Actually, they put a star in the upper right.
What?
On the bottom.
Wait.
Like right there. Put a star.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty sweet. It just has a star where the Earth is. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Then I have a torrential tribute that's like the hollow right here.
Yeah.
Like, it's not hollowed, so it's a misprint basically.
Dang, so it's like part like matte.
It's like mostly hollow. It's like 90% hollow and 10% like other.
What are the chances that like something like that comes out recently?
Like, never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just used to misprint those back in
Yeah.
first generation, you think?
I think they misprinted like most of them. Like, I had a few misprints. Oh yeah, he was like, this card is banned. Did he show you that card, Gary?
Yeah. No, he tried to play that card against me. And I was like, because it says spell cards, and he was like, I use my monarch attack effect, and he was like, oh, I negate that with this, and I'm like, that's not how that works. And he's like, read it, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I read it. I was like, I read it closely, and I was like, spell cards, dickhead. I
Yeah.
get back to him.
Yeah,
Like,
it's basically like Mystic Typhoon. Basically.
yeah. And he was just like, oh, you're right. Yeah, spell cards. It's fine. That's fair.
He's like, this card is banned, and I was like, that card sucks.
Yeah, why is it banned? Like, who cares?
Right? I was like, that card just sucks ass.
Yeah. It's a mystical space typhoon that you have to have like played already, or like, you know, it's limiting. But yeah, he was trying to stop my monarch. I'm like, dude, that's not how that works. It's not a fucking card effect. It's not a it doesn't say he stops a monster effect.
Right?
That's just the thing. I don't know. He tries to get away with it, and like, no shame. Like, if I did that, it would feel weird to me.
Or
It's
is,
like,
or is it that he can't read?
no, I mean, you don't fucking know. Like, he literally just might not know how to read.
I mean, like, literally, like.
I mean, the question is, how did he get hired?
Yeah, right.
Then again, like, I think about it, people working there.
Yeah, you see the
Maybe they
quality.
Maybe no one knows how to read. For all we
Right.
know, it's just pictures, and we interpret them as as words.
Oh, I know what that says. That says baby Dwayne.
That says square, circle, orange.
It says up, down, left, right.
That's all I need to know. It's just directions my entire life.
Oh, that's just funny. Yeah, he's like, bro, he's like fucking compulsive lying again. I was like, oh, I know he is.
And that, I just don't get it. I think it's just the way he is, unfortunately. It's like compulsive lying because he can't stop.
Yeah. I'm
like, you know the card, you know how it works, and he just wants to get away with it. And if he can't, he's just like, fair enough. And I'm like, shut up. Fair enough. Like, it's not fair enough, it's fair. It's just fair. It's just the way it is. The card is written this way.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
It's like, do you guys have a crazy friend that does crazy shit? Like, he likes to play this game called Doorknob. So basically what Doorknob is like, you basically fart, and before like someone says something, you call Doorknob.
Yeah.
Or if you don't, then you get punched twice.
Right.
I was like, you play that in a car with the windows up. Right. When it's hot outside.
So Gary said he plays that?
Yeah, he's like, do you want to play a game? It's like, what? I was like, oh my god, I call it white people's game because only white people play that kind of shit.
It's true. It's true. There wasn't a fucking game like that when we were kids. I mean, we had heard of it, but we wouldn't play because we're not white. It makes sense.
Nah, that sounds dumb. That's too white of us.
It's just dumb. Yeah, no. And the thing is with him too is like, we weren't friends for maybe, like a week, and he was already like practically shitting his pants next to me while I'm like eating in front of him. I'm like, dude, the fuck. Like, I'm literally eating. We're not that close of friends that you could fucking do that, alright? We're practically strangers. What the fuck are you shitting in my face for?
I thought he was your home dog.
That's the thing. See, and the reason you think that is because he won't let me go.
I know.
Like, you don't play Pokemon Go, huh?
No.
See, and we started, like, one of the things we kind of bonded over in the beginning was, like, it was podcasts and playing Pokemon Go. I was like, yeah, I play Pokemon Go, too. It's kind of cool. And then, my wife could attest to this too. Right after I went up to talk to him, I initiated a conversation. I was like, hey, what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. We had a conversation. And then he told me this crazy ass story. And then some other shit about WWE, which he's obsessed with. And it's like, and then some other stuff about this podcast.
Yeah, he wants to give me tickets.
Right. And then this thing is, his delusion of grandeur is the thing that made me immediately think, eject. Because he was just like, yeah, I'm an editor for this podcast. These famous people, and they do this and that, and I'm like the sole editor, and I go in there and I edit it. So I'm just listening to the thing so I can edit it, and then I publish it. And I'm like, I texted my wife. I was like, I made a huge mistake. Immediately after that, I was like,
I don't know why I did that.
Yeah, I was like, he says he's a huge editor and he does all this stuff, but he works in.
All right.
I'll probably bleep that out. But he works here. It's like fuck.
Bleep that out.
Yeah.
He works in La La Land.
He works in La La Land, and I don't know why he's in La La Land.
He's in La La Land. Oh, dude.
I'm like, he's making $16 an hour, but he says he does this fucking podcast for these crazy wrestlers. Like, oh god.
He's the only guy I know that masturbates his nose.
Masturbates his fucking nose.
Yeah.
It's just that, and the thing is,
he's like,
I know. Just when he's thinking, he just like he pets it, like. You know how you do, like, people
like,
would
calm
say...
down, calm down.
You're right, when people who did that thing with your
like the pinch behind
knee.
the ear or something like
or
that.
Like just it's like his emergency blanket.
Yeah, but like thumb in mouth and pinching one ear while, like, curled in fetal position.
He just pets his nose, and I'm like, yeah, what are you doing, dude? And then...
The nose stroke.
Yeah, the nose stroke. We'll call it the nose stroke. Every time I'm thinking, I'm just going to do that. You stroke my nose, it's like, weird.
When I talk to Jordan, I'm just like... Like when I'm thinking, like especially very hard, I'm just like...
Like, why are you honking your nose? It just looks like you're honking it.
And it's like, I got a little bit of a thumb.
Yeah. I was honking too hard.
I was honking like crazy.
So the thing is, we kind of, like, when he found out I played Pokemon Go, then he was just like all about it every single day. He's like, dude, there's a raid coming up. You down to go tomorrow? I was like, it's my day off. I'm staying home. I'm not doing fucking jack shit. Don't want to drive to the mall and be in a crowd full of crazy, annoying people just to stand there in the middle of the fucking mall. Like, he's like, there's this raid going on, so we gotta go to the mall. We're gonna stand in this crowd, and then we're gonna drive to another mall back to back to go to this other raid. I'm like, no, that's the opposite of what I want to do on my day off.
Oh yeah, it's like, nah, you can Pokemon Go to that shit.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm not that serious about it. I'm not gonna waste gas, and I'm not gonna spend time with you because I'm kind of annoyed. It's hard to want to spend time with you because everything you do. He does this thing too. He kind of, like, the way he story tells. He's gotta have confirmation. He's just like, he would tell a story. I'm telling a story to you, and then he would look over to me. He's like, you know, right? Right? You know, dude. You know.
I know what.
I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, I told you that this happened, right? That was fucking crazy, dude. I'm like, I think he told me a story, like, I don't know, like 3 weeks ago. Or you didn't, and you just think that you told me the story, but you didn't tell me the story, and now you're just trying to get confirmation from me to this other person you're telling the story to. Also, he tells the same story over and over again.
I know. Like, no one heard it. Like, he forgot that he told somebody.
Yeah, but he's telling the crowd, too. So he's like, the same people we sit next to every single day, and he's just like, yeah, so, something about getting stabbed. speaking of getting stabbed, he would just bring it up for no reason.
I get stabbed in the ribs like 50 Cent. Except I get stabbed. He gets shot, but I get stabbed.
Right, I got stabbed, yeah. Someone would say the word stab on accident and be like, someone would stab someone with a pencil and be like, ooh, I didn't mean to stab you. And he goes, talking about stabbing, I got stabbed. And she was crazy. And I hit her.
I hit her with a suplex off the turnbuckle in my own home.
It's like, you gotta bring it up every single time someone says the word stab.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take a stab at it. Oh, speaking of
stabbing,
my rib,
it's sore.
It hurts to this day.
It was like 5 years ago.
I remember it like it was 2 seconds ago.
It was a stormy night. I felt like I told the story recently, and it was like she stabbed me, and I hit her, and it was like
I thought I lost a kidney or a rib, but
then the cops were like, "Why'd you hit her?" And he's like, "Because they stabbed me."
Yeah, he's like, check this out. I got stabbed. I go to jail for domestic violence.
He just and the thing
Give
is,
me my Rolex.
the thing about that, and none of those stories, first of all, don't sound legitimate in the first place. I mean, that would like it can happen, right? But the way he tells it, how many times he tells it, and the way the story is, it just doesn't. I don't know. A lot of his stories don't add up, anyways.
Yeah, it doesn't add up.
So it's like, for all we know, she could have like punched him. He's like, I got stabbed, but then I hit her. It was like, whatever. Like he just embellishes so much.
He's not allowed to do anything.
Yeah. He's one of those people who needs just like, it's just, he needs confirmation from everybody.
Yeah. He needs approval.
Exactly. That's what it is. He needs like just approval for his, everything he does, everything he says, the stories he tells. Winning at Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, that's the biggest thing for him right now. It's like, we're playing, and no matter what, he's gonna cheat his ass off if he has to win at Yu-Gi-Oh! And I'm like, dude, it's a game. Like, read the rules.
Yeah.
Like, don't play the game. You can't fucking keep the rules going. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It frustrates me so much.
I know. Banish everything. Everything banished.
Everything's banished.
You were there, weren't you?
Yeah. And that's what he does too. He's like, you were there, remember? You were
there, Johnson?
Like, yeah. You know, from the party. So yeah, he's just that way. He has to like bring me into it too. I'm like, yeah, whatever you said, whatever. Like, I don't want to confirm his stories to other people who think that they're real.
Yeah, right. It's like, I believe you. No, it doesn't sound like it.
He just, yeah, and he exaggerates so much. I don't know.
I know.
Man, I wish I kept I wish all my cards didn't get washed in the fucking...
I know.
Because I had, like, it would just be nice to have them somewhere, but no. Even if I did keep them, they probably would have been gone. Yeah, so
like, these were my first 3.
Those 3?
That I got, yeah.
Ooh.
I got those, I was like, damn, these look nice.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know what this does. And then when I figured out what it does, I was like, yeah, these suck.
Yeah, they suck, but they're original. Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon.
Yeah, that's when you use Metal Morph.
Yeah.
You might as well just stick with Metal Morph on our Red Eyes because it's way better.
Yeah, no kidding. Harpy's Pet Dragon and Metal Morph. Kaiba
Dragon.
Mind control. Similar to brain control, but not.
Yeah. It's not as good as brain. Getting brain.
Ooh, Big Shield Gardener.
Yeah. That's when it like came out in the pack when I first got it. I was like, yes. Then I read the like fact because the show.
Right.
I'm like, this card actually sucks.
It's not as good as the show. Nothing's as good as the show. Oh man, holy shit! You have 3 of those.
Yeah. That's why I was just like, all right, I'll just use 3 of them bitches.
Fucking hell. God damn. It's pretty great. This is a nice collection.
Yeah.
Did you know this card is banned?
Yeah, that's banned as shit.
Yeah, right.
Thousand Dragon.
He's so... Yeah.
See, like, look at Thousand Dragon. It fucking sucks.
What a piece of shit. He's not even, like, close to a regular Blue Eyes.
I know.
And he's got no effect.
I know.
Oh, it's sad. How does Joey win?
I know. How does Joey win?
Ever. So I heard that this Jinzo is like $40 by itself. Because it's first edition and like a secret rare.
Yep.
Damn, that's awesome. Sacred Phoenix.
That card is cheap as fuck.
What, this one?
Yeah. It pretty much revives out of anything.
Oh, it's a Gary effect.
Yeah, it's a Gary effect. Activate my Gary effect.
Can we just call it that from now on? Like that one that destroys all cards on your field. It's just
and vanishes, and basically I win, you lose.
Even at work, I'm gonna call it that. I'm gonna play Jabari. I'm gonna put down my Barbaros, and it's gonna be like Gary effect.
It'd be like, what's the Gary effect? It's like the butterfly effect. You keep lying, and it keeps getting worse.
You can literally do anything.
Yeah, and it banishes everything.
I know everything on your field is banished. Fucking mirror forces. Those are cool.
Yeah,
holographic.
Yeah, all the hollow ones.
And then you get some Blackluster soldiers.
Yep.
Damn.
Those the original ones.
Yeah.
I don't have any like the reprints.
Dude, it's so awesome that you have these like in such great condition.
Yeah, it's like
fucking jealous.
Yeah, basically when I just like got them, I just like
don't, dude.
And then,
fucking hell.
And then when I shuffle too, I'm just like.
Yeah, my childhood was fucking useless, man. I could have been collecting a bunch of shit.
Shit.
What a waste of my childhood.
My childhood, like when I started to take care of my shit, it was like Final Fantasy 3 on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
I had the box, and then I had the map, and everything, and it was in mint condition. And then like, I brought it to my friend's house, and the map ripped. And then the book ripped. I still have it, but it's all taped up, and then the box is all like sat on, it's all flat, and it's like, and that game, like if I kept it in mint condition, it would have been worth like $1,000.
It's the same thing with a lot of those fucking Super Nintendo, just in general, those cartridges.
And I had
Gold
Chrono Trigger. Yeah.
Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Damn. See, that's the thing. I wish I was smart enough, and you know, not shit on enough as a kid to actually like collect shit.
Yeah.
But nothing that I would have would have kept in this condition. Like anything in my room was like free for all for my brother and sister. And then my parents would be like, "Well, don't have them in your room." And I'm like, "Where the fuck am I gonna keep them?"
Yeah. Right.
I don't have a safe.
All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put a big vault door.
I'm just gonna put a bomb there. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do about that? Like, Jesus Christ.
It's like, I'm gonna put claymores right outside the front of my door.
Yeah, right? And it's just, it would be everything. Everything would just go away.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard to hold on to anything.
Yeah, I can understand, because, like, I had a bunch of Super Nintendo games.
Yeah.
And Genesis games. And regular Nintendo games.
Yeah.
And then, like, when I moved to Hawaii, like, we kind of combined all the games, and then it kind of got mixed up and jumbled, so I ended up losing, like, almost all of my games. I was like, yep, this will never happen, never again.
Never combine things.
Yep. Then I started back on PlayStation, and I was like, everything mint condition.
Yeah. Did you ever keep anything that was worth anything for PlayStation?
Oh, I got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I got the original Black Label for Final Fantasy VII.
Nice.
Yeah, I got Valkyrie Profile. Like, just the strategy guide alone is worth like $100.
Oh, you're the opposite of me. I was like, everything, use it all the time, and then everything, everything shitty condition. Like, try to keep everything together.
Yeah, I do use them, but I just keep them in protective sleeves.
Yeah, see?
Protectiveness.
That's the thing, man.
Because I was like, because I played with one time, like, one of my first starter deck, and I was just like, it's all fucking getting, like, soaked on the ends.
Yeah.
Yeah, my other. You probably saw all these already.
Some sweet stuff. I actually haven't seen any of these.
Ooh, I thought you did. Yeah.
Solemn Judgment.
Yeah. Used to be able to run 3 of those bad boys. They're cheap.
Got your couple of creature swaps, those fuckers.
I used to collect those like candy.
You got some monarchs in here.
Yeah.
I saw one of the holographic monarchs in there.
Yeah, that's my
Mobius.
I forgot what kind of rarity it's called.
Is it different than like normal?
Yeah, look at it.
Because it's got a holographic front to it, but this one does too, huh?
Yeah, that's the real holographic. Like, in its original form.
Uh-huh. And so this one's
I forgot what they call that rarity.
yeah. It's got the text.
It's like ghost rare, not ghost rare, but it's something rare.
We should look up all the rarities and figure out. It's got the water logos, holographic too.
Yeah, no. Oh yeah, this is a misprint too because if you look at the water logo.
What?
And you look at like, you'll see that it's higher.
Oh, it's got an outline.
Yep.
Dang. That's
and
awesome.
like all the stars and everything, they're like a little higher too.
Oh, that's sweet. Man, I wish I was not an idiot as a child.
Yeah, you never know, man, because like, you know, like you don't think about that stuff.
Right, it's true. Well, it's the same thing with like all the Star Wars things people used to collect.
Oh, dude.
It was the Millennium Falcon came out and it was like, fucking build it and it was awesome, and then people just threw it away and it was like, now it's worth billions.
Yeah.
No, it's probably a couple thousand.
Yeah, if you have like this Boba Fett, yeah, I forgot what it was. It's just a Boba Fett, but it's or like no, it's like not a Boba Fett, but the red something. I forgot what his name was. Not Sith or anything, but that alone was worth like $8,000.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck.
See, and I never got to a point where I was like, I want to collect things, but it's like, I don't know what to collect, and I don't know if it's worth it, and it just never came to fruition. But, like, my uncle or cousin, he's a lot older. He started collecting Star Wars stuff since, like, he was a kid. From the original trilogy, and then everything afterwards. He would collect even the shit that no one cared about. And then he's got this room that's bigger than this room. It's, like, stacked. The walls.
Damn. It's a nice room.
Action figures, posters, mint condition everything, nothing out of the box. Movies, like collections of movies, multiple copies, Blu-rays, HD, DVDs, like everything you could ever have for all the Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, if you get multiple, like, that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Like, at least 2 of everything.
Exactly. And he's, like, on top of it. And nothing is touched. He's got, a daughter. And...
That's retirement.
Yeah, that shit isn't even like, I can't even imagine what that room's worth.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, dude, I wish, and I could start now, but but I'm lazy, but I wish, and I don't have any money, but I wish I just fucking could get to that point.
What you want is to get like something that everyone likes.
Right.
And that's willing to pay for it.
It's a fad, kind of,
yeah. And then just get a lot of it.
And that's the thing, you have to be kind of like, obviously, it takes foresight, but, you know, things like those Funko Pop things, like they're cool enough, but they're kind of everywhere and they're just vinyl. It's like, will they ever be anything?
Yeah.
Will they actually be worth something? Like, maybe what? How long though? You know.
Yeah.
And everyone's opening them up, and so it's one of those things that you keep them closed, but then everyone's keeping them closed.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, a new movie comes out, just get a bunch of them and just put them away. And that's the thing, that's where the value is lost because everyone's stockpiling them.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you know that they're going to be collector's editions later, and it's like...
Yeah.
So...
Or you just get, like, what you like your hobby stuff.
Right.
And then you just keep it.
I like to collect money.
I don't touch money. I do have a collection of coins.
See, that's cool, too, and I was going to start doing that for, like, the quarters and the dollars, the cool-ass, like, just coins from around the world that are out of circulation even there.
Yeah. Like, I did all the state coins. Like, I got all the state coins.
Yeah.
I got $50. I got Susan B. Anthony's.
Yeah.
I got old, like, $2 ones. I got, like, old 5s. I got old ones.
Yeah.
They're pretty crisp. Like, when they were crisp, I just, like, kept it in another wallet.
Right.
Like, never to be touched again, but it's not, like U.S. mint.
Protected, yeah.
Because if it's U.S. mint, it'd be different. But, like, hey, say, like, $5, 100 years from now might be worth.
Well, the thing is, and
more.
something I heard is that they just, at some point, when they start kind of falling apart, they take out of circulation, just Federal Reserve just throws them away practically,
Mm-hmm.
And so all that shit is going to be gone. You couldn't find a $2 bill now. You can, but eventually never.
Right.
So, yeah, again, the opposite of me. I'm like, I had $2 bills, and I was like, I have them here. There's like a stack of like 10. I don't know where they are.
Yeah. I have like $300 worth of $2 bills.
Yeah, see, and it's just like, fuck. I'm not Yeah, just no foresight whatsoever.
Just like, I'm more of a now person. It's not helping me now.
I'm in the moment. At the same time, it's like, I don't have any money.
Yeah.
Like, I can collect guitars too, but that's like, yeah, it's an expensive hobby.
I know. And pretty much they all are.
Yeah, they're all expensive. And the thing is, it's just about what you feel like putting your money into.
Yeah.
You know, I like music, so I maybe one of these days collect records.
That's what I was saying, like vinyls.
Yeah, I got some vinyls there. I mean, they're not worth anything because they came out literally yesterday or something, but like,
yeah,
one day.
The old vinyls.
Right. Or, maybe I have some random uncle out there who's like, I got a bunch of vinyls, you want them?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Garage
sure.
sale kind of shit.
Yeah. Garage sale, yeah, estate sale, which you can find a lot of shit through estate sales. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, but, yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna use, I've used most of the cards so far. Problem is, they're not in perfect condition anymore.
I know.
So then, I mean, my dumbass, even now, I'm just like, yeah, let's use them. And I put the ones that are holographic away, but then some of them kind of slipped through because I wanted to use them.
Damn.
Yeah.
You just gotta get another copy.
Yeah, let's go get another box.
Yeah, let's go get another $300.
Thing is, the problem is I know it's in there, and I'm like, it's not worth it.
Yeah.
Because, who wants a fucking Slifer the Sky Dragon besides Gary?
Right? He's like, look at this effect.
Dude, he's so annoying.
I know.
He brings in that fucking Slifer the Sky Dragon like it's gonna just obliterate everybody, and I'm like, first of all, you have to get it out. Second of all, it's not as good as you think it is.
Yes.
No matter what movie fucking effects you might think it says on that fucking thing, it's not as good as you think it is.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it just says, put it back in your hand by the end of the phase.
Yeah. And he's like, you can't destroy this thing, right? I was like, yeah, I can brain control. He's like, you can't do that either. I was like, yeah, I can.
That's his initial reaction to everything. You can't do that. I'm better. Like, everything I have is better. And then you're like, well, by the way, I can actually do that. He's like, fair enough.
Yeah, he's like,
he does that. He does that like the eyebrow. Like, yeah, I guess he can do that.
Yeah. Yeah, like one time he fucking stormed the field. He had like he was playing all those cards, and I was just like, every card he played, I made sure I read it and stuff. I was like, okay, just make sure.
Yeah.
Because he was like, the first time he played that one quick play that gets like another 6 samurai with the same attack.
Right.
He was just busting out any one of them. He was like, I get this. And then I get like 10 Bushido tokens.
Yeah, that's the thing too. That's his fucking Bushido tokens. He puts down a thing. He's like, all right, so every single card I put out, I get a Bushido token. I get 2 Bushido tokens per card I put out. I'm like, wait, what? And what the fuck do they do? He's like, I can just draw a bunch of cards. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
He's so vague about it.
Yeah, he's like, I can just draw and then I banish whatever.
And I don't even know. So is it? It's not 2. Is it 2 per? Like summon, or what the fuck is he talking about?
So the one that looks like a clock tower,
right?
That gets like 2 per summon.
Okay.
And then 2 does one thing.
Right.
4 does one thing, and 6 does one thing.
Oh, because he means he can summon a certain monster because it has 2, 4, 6, right?
Yeah. So if he could do like 2, but he'd be doing like 4, 6, like.
Yeah. He would put down something. He'd be like, all right, this gets 2 Bushido tokens. This gets 4 Bushido tokens, and I'm gonna draw. And I'm like, what?
Yeah. And I looked at it real close too. Like when he like attacks, and you're like, all right, my turn. He draws another card.
Oh.
If you do that, sometimes you be like, I'm not like, how many cards do you have in your hand? That's always gotta like ask him.
You shouldn't have to do that. And when he puts down a card, he's just like, all right, I can show you everything you have. I'm like, I don't want to have to read every card you put down because it's just annoying. There's no point in playing.
Right. Oh yeah, like when he had like the 6 samurais out, I had like Sangan, and then I had like the crush card down.
Yeah.
And then he like used his whole hand, put like the fusion one that like banishes everything, and then he puts like the Shin,
yeah,
the synchro one,
right.
And he's like, all right, and he's like had 1 card left, and he's like, I banished that back card, and I was like, you use it on this one, and he's like, yeah, and I was like, well, activate crush card, and he's like, you can't do that. And I was like, yeah, I can. I was like, you try to destroy it. I chained. I reacted to it. I used it. And then you die. And he's like, I call bullshit. And I'm like,
you call bullshit?
And I'm like, bro, you just lost your whole hand And then anything 1,500 or more
I know.
goes to the grave.
I reverse Gary you.
Yeah. I do the reverse Gary track car.
That fucking dude, man. It's just so hard to deal with him.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then he gave me his number and I was like, nah.
Yeah, don't even, because otherwise he'll want to invite you everywhere.
Yeah, he wants to invite me to WWE. It's like, do you have he's like, hey, you wrestling fan? I was like, yeah, I like wrestling. I used to watch that shit back in the day. He's like, yeah, man, like, you know, I could ask my friend for some tickets if you want to go. And I'm like, buy them off of you and like take someone else, or go with you and
because that's
do I pay or go for free? Like, I don't want to do neither, really.
I know, it's kind of a lot of effort.
Yeah.
It's out of my way.
Yeah, it sounds like I gotta leave my house and waste gas.
And then go with you.
Yeah.
Like, I can't just take somebody for an event.
It sounds like I'm not getting anything to eat. It's like, take your wife. Nah, man, nah, she insisted I take you.
I have a story. So he was like, I'm a Smashing Pumpkins fan, right? The lead singer's name is Billy Corgan.
I used to listen to Smashing Pumpkins back in the day.
Yeah. So Smashing Pumpkins. So Billy Corgan is involved in like what is it called? F now? WWF.
E.
Is it E?
WWE, yeah.
Oh, because it was
WWF,
yeah,
but
they changed it because of the World Wildlife Foundation.
Oh, dude, I used to work there, or not work at, but I did a move there at WWF,
Yeah.
World Wildlife Foundation.
Yeah.
And then I looked at it, I was like, I'm moving for Vince McMahon and everybody. I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so awesome. And I was like, why is there so many freaking animals? Oh, they're animals. Yeah, that's what they are.
They wrestle.
Yeah, they wrestle because, you know.
you got the panda over here and the fucking panda wrestle.
Panda's the new wrestler.
Yes. He's like, what is it? That fighting game, Tekken.
Yeah.
It's like
Panda versus the kangaroo.
that'd be awesome.
Versus Alex.
Could you imagine? I wonder how that would go.
Right?
We should do like an episode about like animal mashups. Who would win?
Like PETA be called on us.
Oh yeah, definitely. They'd be like, "What are you doing? Even talking about torturing animals?"
So you talk about the Tekken started.
Yeah, I was talking about Tekken. They were kicking each other.
Yeah, you know they have a move list.
Yeah,
You know,
fucking. You have to do the
do somersaults
You know
and
what
they have a
they're
10-hit combo
Yeah,
and shit.
they can kick them up into the air and shit.
You know?
Right? They're fine. Yeah. So Billy Corgan was involved with like WWE and WC something WCW.
WCW.
Yeah. And so I don't know how involved he is in now. I think he still has like a league going or something like that. But he was like, I mentioned I like the Smashing Pumpkins. He's like, that's Billy Corgan, right? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, Billy Corgan, dude, I met that guy. Like, he's cool. He's so cool, right? He came in the locker room one time when we were practicing, and we were hanging out, and like, it was awesome. And the thing is, I think I had a concert coming up, and so I went to the Smashing Pumpkins concert. It was like their reunion. This was not even a couple months ago, and he was like, "Yeah, man, dude, I haven't talked to that guy in forever. I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with him." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And this is when I was like, this was all downhill. Like I was like, I don't even want to associate myself with you because you're just a liar. And then I went to the concert, right? And it was like the night I went to the concert. I came back the next morning, and he was like, "Hey man, I tried to text Billy Corgan last night, dude, and like he wasn't answering." And I was like, "Dude, he was fucking on stage. What the fuck are you talking about?" Like I was literally.
It's like, no man, he was at home the whole time.
I was 20 feet away from him, and you pretend like you were trying to text him. Like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? I went to his concert. You know, I went to his concert last night. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Let me know when he replies to you, dude.
I'm gonna masturbate.
I know. Just rub my nose.
I'm gonna rub my nose.
I'm gonna think about this for a second.
I gotta ponder. This is hard.
That's when he said like he texted Billy Corgan, I rubbed my nose. I was like, really?
He reminds me of that Steve Martin movie. I forgot what that movie's called with the long nose. Roxanne. Fucking Roxanne.
Oh my god. He's so like that's just the way he was too. I was like, oh, you texted Billy Corgan, that's cool. Like I'm sure he'll reply sometime, dude. Let me know when he does. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Dude, he said he was like not feeling well, bro.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, he told me he had a great show. Dude, I was so mad too. I was just annoyed. I was like, it's not worth lying like that. Like don't put like you're texting Billy Corgan of all people.
Right? I'm like, you will not like impress me in any way, shape, or form.
No,
Like,
it doesn't impress me at all. Makes me think you're an idiot.
Right? Like my mom, somehow, some way, like I fucking had no idea, but she knows Dave Chappelle. And I have a picture of my mom with Dave Chappelle and everyone. That's but awesome. I'm not like, look, I'm texting Dave Chappelle right now. Look, I know him too. Guilty by affiliation.
Guilty by
I know him. Like, I won't even get starstruck if I like saw him either. I'd be like, hey man,
he's
like,
just a dude. He's awesome. He's
right?
a cool dude. You know him like through his media, but like you don't know him.
Exactly.
And he's just a dude.
Yeah.
One time I saw Terry Crews in Disneyland. I wasn't walking up to people like, dude, oh my god, Terry Crews. I was like, that dude's with his fucking family. He's pushing a stroller. I'm not gonna go interrupt him. Like,
you like easy there, Snowflake.
Look at Terry Crews. He's so awesome.
He's funny as shit. Like I would like to hang around with that guy.
that dude seems like such a cool guy.
Yeah.
Or my mom told me one time, and this is a long time ago. She told me that she went to a family reunion, and one of the people there, it was like a distant family reunion, but it was like John Stamos was there. Mm-hmm. She was like, I met him once. Like I met him at the family reunion. It was awesome. I don't know how he's related to us.
Yeah.
But then like I'm not gonna go be like, I know John Stamos. Yeah. He's my cousin.
He's like, if I'll call him right now. Dude, like, don't say I won't.
I'll call my mom. My mom will call somebody who figured out the family reunion stuff and got that all organized. And she's gonna call John Stamos so we can get them together.
Yeah, he's one of those like, yo, your phone is off. No, it's just, it's face recognition. It doesn't recognize you. That's why you're like so you know,
Dave Chappelle.
Think about hanging out with Dave Chappelle. Like, let's go. You know my mom, by the way.
Right. Yeah. You remember from the party?
Yeah, bring some beer. You're richer than I am.
Right. Oh god, fucking yeah. See, it's just like, why lie?
Right? I'm just like, nah. Nothing really impressed me. Like I'm like, I'd rather see someone hit rain threes, like in basketball all day.
Right.
Versus
versus
something like
knowing
that.
Someone. Like it doesn't impress me at all, but he has to impress people. That's just his thing.
He needs validation.
Exactly. He's got to impress somebody in card games by cheating just so he can win and say that he won. Like
he's like, my wife doesn't let me win. That's why I act like this. I lash out.
Oh my god. He's gotta cheat.
I gotta cheat. I'm so sorry. I don't mean to.
I know. It's just his vice. We have to give him. You have to go easy on him. Okay, it's his vice.
We're gonna make a skit with like compulsive cheating.
Oh yes, dude. Okay, let's do that.
Like it's like just cheating everything, cheating like in things you can't win.
I know.
And you win.
And you win. Like let's see. What's the thing you could cheat at? Going faster than the speed of light. Like you're gonna race the speed of light, and you trip it or something.
I can.
I went faster than the speed of light one time. I can call him if you want.
Yo, I can call Flash.
Call
like yo, you know when Superman like Flash like race?
I was there.
Like in the uncut version, like you didn't see it, but I gave him like a 30-second head start, and I won.
I was just too fast.
I fucking won. I was waiting for their ass at the end.
Dude, the movie was 24 frames per second. I was like 80.
Dude, like it was so fast. Like
you couldn't even see.
You know that part you blinked? That's where I passed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's too fast for the screen.
I went like cross the screen like 20 times.
Yeah, I even stopped and had dinner, and I still was too fast for me.
And then I won a Yu-Gi-Oh contest.
Yeah. And then I banished everything.
And then I did the Gary Woo. Oh god, it's just like fucking ridiculous. I don't. Yeah.
It's like he'd be like this, and then he'd be like, and then he'd be like. And then he's like, I just had my turn.
He's using his thinking face for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
No, so his face is too, and the thing is, like, when you're there for validation, it's just all about validation. He'll draw a card and be like, oh, and he'll like run around the fucking, he'll get up and run around and he'll come back and sit down and be like, oh, and then he'll show you, be like, dude, this is that card, dude, I told you about this card.
So it's funny you say that, because like Jabari, like when he does like his like thing,
yeah,
and then I was like, He's like, yeah, man, you should duel Jabari. I was like, nah, like, I've been dueling Jabari, like, and Anthony. Let me duel, like, let me just watch, and you duel.
Yeah.
And then he's like, nah, I don't want to duel.
Yeah.
I'm like, why don't you want to duel? He's like,
he annoys me.
Yeah, he knows. I don't like his character. He's like, he's too loud. I was like, animated? Yes.
He did the point. He's like, he does that too. The point. He's like, yes.
Like, why do you have to be so dramatic?
He's
like,
it's just too much, dude.
Oh.
I'm telling you, he gets up, he runs around there, and he's like, oh. And then he sits down and he plays it. I'm like, this is a stupid card.
Yeah. Or he's like, so, what'd you do? I, drew. Banish it. Banish it.
Banish your deck.
Banish your deck, your whole deck. So basically what this does is you draw 50 cards.
Right.
And they're all banished.
And if you run out of cards, you lose.
Yeah. And you have to banish that too. And then if we play the next game, then you have to lose the top 20 cards on your deck.
Yeah, because obviously you didn't get all the way to 50, so.
Because you did, yeah. So you lose.
And then I'm like, but it says that you can't do that. And he goes, fair enough.
Wait a minute. Oh.
Oh, you're right. Fuck.
Fair enough.
Never mind. Yeah, fair enough. And the thing is, like when he knows I'm gonna read it, he will try to avoid me reading it. So he'll yada yada through his way. He'll be like, yeah, banishes all your cards. And I'm like, let me read it. He goes, hold on. So you draw one card, and you don't banish it. I'm like, what? What was that? He goes, oh, you're right. Never mind. I'm like, you didn't want me to read it.
But I still call bullshit.
I know. And then I'm like, let me read it. And then so I read it. And when I'm done reading it, he knows that I know that he's wrong. And before I can finish reading, he's like, he sticks his hand out with his two fingers. He's like, just give it to me. Just give it back. Yeah. Like, okay. Fine, whatever.
He's always like, yeah, you know, every time I play you, like, I draw nothing but shit.
I'm like, yeah, because one, your shit sucks.
Yeah.
Like, your samurais are kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
And the way they work for real, like, within the rules, they're bullshit. And then when you play someone who actually can kick your ass, and you can't cheat,
yeah,
you get your ass kicked. That's
right?
just the way it is.
He's like, I just never draw anything good against anybody. I'm like, no one draws anything good against me regardless. He's like, oh, I got you down to 18. Basically what I did, and I could have ended it, like, I had Jinzo in the grave, and I had called the Haunted down.
Yeah.
And I just never played it. And then I just let him do his thing.
Yeah,
and
let him get some validation.
Yeah. And then, like, on the very last card, I was like, all right, I activate all this stuff. I swarm the field. I win.
It's like as if you're playing a game with cheat codes on at home, and then you go to a tournament who's playing a different game with no cheat codes, and he's like, I'm just sucking at video games today.
Like, the Game Shark is not working.
Yeah, it's just fucking weird. I don't know. Like every time I try to play, the rules stop me from winning.
You know, the rules like tells me like
that I can't cheat.
The rules are cheating themselves.
Well, what is that?
How was the game cheated?
Oh, fair enough.
Oh, okay. I call bullshit though.
Yeah, seriously, I call bullshit. Wow,
I still call bullshit.
You won't let me cheat.
And yes, if that hot dog is still available, I will take a
Fuck
hot
yeah,
dog.
dude. All right, I'll roll one up even if you want.
Yeah. And water. Intermission. Intermission. I was talking to my friend, and then he was just like, I was in like the cafeteria, and I'm just like looking at the window, but kind of like looking in his direction, like not like Gary's direction, but
right,
my friend's direction, talking to him.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like having this like real deep conversation, like this is like shit that matters, like right now, right? And he comes up to me and he's like, dude, like right before I got off lunch, I got this one call where it's like, I was like, I'm not trying to fucking hear about fucking calls right now. And you just interrupted like this conversation that is very important right now.
Right.
And you just came out of the woodwork, like nowhere, and you just started asking questions about your call, about an old lady, like no one gives a fuck about. I was like, get the fuck out of my face.
And that's the thing too, that talks about too is like he makes everything into a big deal. Like,
I know.
it's gotta be that. Like I just got off the phone with this one woman, and she was like, she wanted help. Oh my god.
She needed fucking assistance. I was like, fuck no.
No, I think right before I left, he got off the phone, and he stood up and shouted over. He's like, this guy, he said that he was so angry and that he was gonna leave me a terrible survey, and then he hung up.
Speaking of which, go ahead. I got a story.
Speaking of stabbing, my fucking ribs.
Yeah, and then you know what she said to me? She was like, would you like some barbecue sauce in that?
With those ribs.
With those ribs?
Yeah, so that's what fucking.
And I said, no, bitch, apple cider vinegar. Oh, so we were playing, Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so you know how he complains he's like gated high or whatever?
Yeah.
And he gets like back-to-back calls and shit.
Yeah.
So he's about to like execute a move, and he gets a call. And then he starts helping this lady, like just helps her.
Uh-huh.
And she's like, yeah, well, the payment and everything, and this, and that, and the other. Then he's like ready to document, and he sees second tier for both.
Oh.
And he's just like, and he's like, just looking at me. I'm like, what do you want me to do? Like, you fucking dug yourself that fucking hole. Yeah, so he like just kept trying to like trying to get out of it. Because I saw second tier, I didn't say shit at first, right? I was just like fucking, and he's like, yeah, so this. And he started like giving out like sensitive information.
Right.
And then I was like,
what the fuck are you doing?
I was like, hey, why are you helping out a second tier for? Like, why are you helping out someone that you can't even help out with? And he's like, this lady's so stupid. I was like, you're actually stupid because.
You're the idiot.
And I was like, remember that time you told me like why she takes so long on these calls? This is the reason why, because you guys are fucktards.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
he's like, his demeanor just changed. Everything. He's like, I can't help you. And he's like, why not?
You just totally backtracked.
Because like, ma'am, like I just can't help you.
It's like,
You gotta speak with the. And I was like, you're using what she says. And I was like, you just can't be saying that shit. I was like, you didn't even explain yourself. And he's like, yeah, no.
You told her all this information, and he stops and goes, I can't help you.
Yeah. Pretty much. Gives him like everything. It's just like, I can't help you.
He's like, okay, yeah, of course. First of all, we're gonna go ahead and get this all this shit. I can't help you.
I just can't help you. And then all of a sudden he's like, I'm not taking a survey. I'm not taking a survey. Is she gonna leave a survey? And I just saw her like just sit there, like on hold. And all of a sudden it was like, he's like, fuck it. And then he ended up like hanging up like a little later. Yeah. And I was like, he's like, keeps refreshing.
Yeah.
She didn't leave that one. She left one. Unless she's leaving like a real long one.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, oh dude, I was like, if you don't, you're gonna see it, because like if she took it, like you're gonna see it, like you're most likely gonna see it.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he kept refreshing. He's like, I don't see it. It's like, whew. I was like, you actually gotta wait till tomorrow because like it just hasn't updated yet. Because I had that happen to me. He's like, no, it's fine. 2 seconds later, 1.
Oh,
and then he's like,
that's amazing.
Stupid bitch. I was like, dude, you just said it was fine like 2 seconds ago. And he's like, he's like, can you get it disputed? And he's like, I was like, probably not. And he's like, no, like second tier gets disputed, so it's the second tier, so I'm gonna get disputed. We can get disputed, right? And I was like,
good luck with that.
I was like, yeah, man, all I can do is tell and see what happens. He's like, nah, like I have a valid reason. I was like, dude, I was like, you just told this lady straight up.
For the first half of the call, and then you said, I can't help you.
So about this payment, what we're gonna do is we're gonna send this out, and I can't help you. Pardon? I'm sorry,
I
like
can't help you.
I can't.
I'm actually not related to whatever you're calling for. Like he told her he could see all the information, he could do all this shit, and then
verified everything.
Oh my god, what an idiot!
And then all of a sudden it's like I can't. I like. This is why you fucking pull up the tier level first.
Even if you get to that point where you fucking dug yourself a hole, you stop and say, actually, let me see if I can have you speak to the department who can take care of it, because it looks like there's one thing I can't do, and let's help you. But I'm not gonna tell you I can't fucking help you, and then I'm not really
Right?
half of my calls, if they're second tier or even like 1.5 tier, or if I can barely. I give them some information, like so they have the information for when they do talk to someone who can do something about it.
Right. General stuff.
Right.
Not like,
I'm not gonna fucking authenticate and go through all this shit.
yeah, so thank you, miss, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so, like, yeah, I see here that you made the payment and everything, and, I can't help you.
I just...
Sorry,
I have all the sensitive information.
And they said something like, I don't know what was said on that end, but it was something on the lines of, like, because you could just hear her blabber. You just hear her voice, and then she was just like, something like, so... why did you basically fucking help me in the first place?
Right.
And then he's like, well, we're a third party.
What a moron.
I was like, Jesus Christ. And he's like, this lady's so stupid.
I
was like, dude, you told her basically you can help her, and then all of a sudden you can't help her? Like,
why is she stupid?
How much sense does that make to you?
Oh, he can't be the one to blame, though, of course.
Yeah, he can't be the one to blame, but... like, what I do when I do that, I'd be like, all right, let me, like, see if I can access your profile. Because, like, when I saw, like, there's certain gates I look at, like, that I know it's this.
Yeah.
That I know it's that. And then I look at it and I'm like, all right, it's going to be, like, most likely a transfer. And I'm like, all right, what's your name? And I'm like, who?
Yeah.
And then I'm like, all right, let me see if I help with that. He's just like, sure.
Let me help you, right?
Sure, I'll help you out.
I can't help you.
Oh, I can't help you. Did I say I can help you? Nah. I was just lying.
Oh, God. He's so... yeah. At least Jabari, like, I can play against him. If I win, it's a fair win. And if I lose, it's a fair loss. Like, I was okay giving up my Blackluster Soldier because I was like, I fucking lost, and I'm an idiot. Like, I just should have done something, and I didn't, and he took advantage. Gary is like, he cheated, and I hate this. I'm halfway through the game, I'm like, you know what? I gotta go. I'm not even gonna finish. I'm going to lunch, or I'm leaving. I'm going home.
He was like, yeah, fucking, finally beat Anthony. And then he, like, just shuffles his cards. And he keeps, like, playing it. That one time he pulled Exodia when he had, like, 900 cards, like...
Okay. The thing with that is, like, the odds...
You know, I think what he did is when he power shuffled it, like, he did it a certain way. You know, like, magicians, like, when they shuffle cards a certain way?
Yeah, of course, like sleight of hand or something.
Yeah.
Or, like, the thing about his cards, too, is that his green things...
Yeah, they're not
all the same color.
Right, they're, like, light
There's
and
bright
dark green.
lime, there's dark, and it's like, you can tell. And then there was 2 cards. There was that one band card that he said that was, like, a trap card. That was bright green, and then Crush card or whatever was bright green. And I'm like, those 2 bright green ones, when I went and, like, used my, like, Riser or, like, Zaborg, I was like, those 2 bright green ones, I want them in the fucking... you know, he's like, oh, yeah, these 2? I'm like, yeah, the fucking bright green ones.
Yeah. Are you sure? Did you activate something?
Yeah. I negate all the effects. And the way he does it, too, it's not like, I activate this to negate your effect. He goes, oh, no, you're not. And he plays his
like,
card.
Nope.
Yeah, he's like, nope, no, you're not. And I'm like, yeah, I am. Like, whatever the fuck you put down right now, it's irrelevant.
Right.
Like, according to the rules, yes, I am.
Right.
He didn't just banish all the cards I have.
I can do that. No, like, can I?
Like, he's a prick about it. Like, just like, play right, and then we can be civil about this. Not be like, no!
Nope.
Nope. No, you're not. And then he just, like, slams it down, and I'm like, dude, why?
And then when he gets hyped up, he's like, okay, I summon this, okay? And then he's like, this is this, and he's like,
yep.
attack.
Yep. He slams with his one finger, he goes,
right? I was like, don't put a finger hole.
Don't put
no glory hole in
denting
my
my shit.
Right?
Dude, what are you doing?
I know which one you want me to pull, like.
Yeah, just say that one.
Right?
That's like asking someone for food at like Subway. You don't stick your hand all the way in and put your finger into the lettuce.
Yeah,
I want
that's
this.
Well, lettuce? Tomatoes?
Yeah.
You want me to shuffle them for you?
Yeah, seriously.
Want me to shuffle tomatoes?
Fucking hell. Like, you don't have to do that. Like,
Right.
just tell me you want to attack that dude. But he's like, that one. And then I'm like, okay, I negate that. He goes, nope.
Right? Use an effect. Use an effect.
I banish my cards.
I banish your cards.
Yeah.
And then sometimes when he's like on the conceding side, he's like, that's all I got. Like, fuck.
Yeah. Good game. You know. Yeah. I was just drawing like crap.
It's like every game we played so far, like the last 50 games,
Just
you draw like crap.
weird. I was drawing like shit. Like against Anthony, every time I draw, I get a card that banishes all the cards. And he knows Jabari will call him out on it too. They hate each other at this point. Like today, they were like, Jabari made some smart ass comment. The thing is, he's a smart ass, and that's just the way he is. Like, there's no problem with that.
Yeah.
And like, you don't take his shit seriously when he just says, "Dude, shut up."
Yeah.
Or like, "You didn't hear my question." Like,
yeah.
Because Jabari was saying something, and then he would like explain what he was talking about, and then we would try to help him troubleshoot. And Gary's like, "Have you tried this?" And Jabari, like, after explaining everything, was just like, "Obviously, you didn't hear what I was saying." And then Gary's like, "Sorry, Jesus, I sure was trying to help." And I'm like, "You're just not listening." He's just like, "Whatever." He sits back down. And then, like, the whole day he was salty about it. Like, everything Jabari would say, it would just annoy him. I was like, dude, you don't take your shit, like, so personally.
Right? You
Like,
get by hurt.
yeah, just like, people talk shit to each other. Jabari talks shit to everybody. It's just the way it is. And, like, that's just him. And you talk shit back, and he, you know, respects you, but Jabari just gets, like, offended.
Right?
So.
Like, Jabari, I'd be like, motherfucker, can you read?
Yeah.
Like, I would say that shit, like,
And I'm like, dude, yeah, I can fucking read, but can you? It's like,
when he's like when Jabari says it, because like when he'd be like, shut the fuck up, ho, shut your fuck up.
yeah, like just the way it is. Yeah, he's just gonna tell you to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'd be like, you know what? I talk like that to my friends too. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, it's fine.
Like, shut your ass up.
Yeah, and that's respect. Like, you could talk to each other and have like mutual. You know that you're not actually trying to offend somebody.
Right.
You're just fucking around, right?
Right.
People talk to each other that way.
Yeah,
Gary's like, don't talk to me like that.
But yeah, he wants to play like doorknob or whatever.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I'd rather get like shit talk than shit particles.
Yeah, right. I don't want protons with shit on it.
Yeah, like seriously, I don't want that
in my
shit
face.
anywhere near my surrounding. And he's just, I don't know, he's fucking gross about it.
Yeah.
Like he actually talking about that. Speaking of getting stabbed, like he was like sitting there.
Like when I stabbed, I actually let one loose. And I called doorknob.
I hit her with my shit.
Yeah, shit particle. It left the most contagious pink eye.
Yeah. So he like scoots over to me. He's like, dude, pull my finger. I'm like, dude, no, get the fuck out of here.
He did that shit to me too.
Yeah, I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Just go away. Like,
right?
Go to your side. Like, get out of my space. I actually told him, I was like, get the fuck out of my space. I'm not pulling your fucking finger. He's like, okay. And then he like lifts his ass up. I'm like, fuck you, dude. You're disgusting.
He reminds me of like Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, he is that. He's those
oh,
two characters combined, but not funny at all.
Right?
Yeah, I was like, fuck you, dude. That's like, that's not respectful.
Yeah.
Like, that's not even respectful between friends. I don't give a fuck.
I was like, hey,
why are you
man,
doing that?
if you really want to shit yourself, I'll just beat the shit out of you. How's that sound? You know, like,
Yeah.
I have fun doing it.
We'll both enjoy about it.
You know, you'll shit yourself.
and I'll get to kick the shit.
Yeah, and then I'll pull your finger after I beat the shit out of you.
Right? Just fucking Jesus Christ. This has been the Gary Gripe.
Yeah. It's just like, you know, I thought he was old as shit.
Well, because his hair is white, and to be honest, knowing him, can't trust anything he does or says. It's possible his hair is just gray because he dyes it or something. You know?
True. But he's like, I'm 28, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no way, because you look like Leslie Nielsen already.
He definitely is 28 because I've seen his ID or whatever. But like,
It's like this.
his ID is him rubbing his nose.
Yeah, just like
He's
holding
smiling.
his nose, say cheese, like. It's like, do you want that It's perfect.
Yep.
Hold
That's
that on my
exactly how I
license.
want it. That's how I look all the time.
That's my real nose, actually. I got your nose. Like, I got my own nose. Like, put it back.
If the cop ever pulls him over and like looks for his ID, he's just like, if he sees him without his nose.
Or he'd be like this. He'd be like, "Is there anything wrong, officer?" You're like, "Oh, been hanging with the mayor, haven't we? Step out of the car."
Yeah, rubbing your nose.
How many lines you been doing today?
Yeah. But and his hair's great too. It's like you got some in your hair, didn't you?
Yeah. Oh, you got it all over the place.
But like he was like, yeah, my hair turned gray like when I was 6. You know? He was just like, I was in high school. Or
Someone
something.
scared the shit out of me. That's why I was like, that's why I told the ghost to pull my finger.
But yeah, he was like, at a young age, he said he started graying. He's like not even in his 20s. He was like, I was like 17 and started graying. I'm like, this sounds like bullshit. But like, I mean, it's possible, but I don't believe anything else you say. It's like anything that could be true could just be bullshit.
Yeah. Then he's like, y'all be wearing Rolexes like in the heart of like the ghetto is shit.
Yeah.
Without getting robbed, they respect that. They know my flying elbow ain't nothing to mess with.
It's like fucking, yeah.
I will DDT their ass so bad.
God. His fucking Rolexes and his gold chains and shit like that. It's just like, it's just that kind of person. It's just the way it is.
Right?
You know? You wouldn't catch me fucking dead with a Rolex. If I had the money to afford a Rolex, I wouldn't be spending it on a Rolex.
Yeah, you wouldn't catch me dead with a Rolex.
Fucking, what's the point? It's a fucking watch, dude. I get necklaces for like sentimental reasons, but like wearing a gold chain, what's the point?
Yeah.
How much did you spend on that fucking gold chain? And knowing you, is it fucking real?
Yeah, right. 24 karat plated. Excuse me. It's just weird how like people just lie out of nowhere, just because like they wanna, like someone feels bad, like you know, like when a person feels bad for another person because they're like, oh, you know, I went to the hospital and I got like surgery and oh my god, like violin playing, cry me like your story, but like none of that shit actually happens.
Yeah. And it's just like, what's the point? Like, I mean, I get you. What do you get?
What are you trying to accomplish?
Sympathy, empathy, validation. You get all this shit, but like, what's it fucking worth, dude? Because then everyone kind of catches on after a while. Mm-hmm. You get like 5 stories max, and then everyone's like, oh, everything happens to you, really? Like you're the kind of person that everything happens to you. You're always the victim.
Oh, I feel sorry for his wife.
Yeah, well, I don't know, dude. His wife is like, either she doesn't take his shit, and he's got to just look for it everywhere else, or
I think that is it.
And I get that, like he just needs to look for validation everywhere else and win everywhere else because he gets shit at home.
Yeah,
but it's like that's not our fucking fault.
Right? It's like, man, you gotta stop getting shitted on, and you better put her in a figure 4 leg lock or something.
Right? It's like, and maybe he just feels emasculated. Yeah. So one time he told me that he was.
Pretty open about this stuff.
He really is, I'm telling you. He's open about his fucking farts. He's open about his fucking stories. He tells everybody, so it's not like I'm telling anything like private, because he fucking tells everybody. He was like, dude, you want to hear something fucking funny, dude? We were driving, and he's just like, dude, one time I got crabs, right? And I was 17, and my mom, like, she's cool and all, so she was like fine with me, you know, being sexually active or whatever. But then I was telling her that I wasn't sexually active, and then we went to the doctor, and the doctor's like, yeah, you got crabs. And she was like so mad at me. She was like, I can't believe you lied to me and tell me you didn't have sex. And he's like, but I told her that I didn't. And then the doctor said that I probably got off a toilet seat in some event. And I'm like, seriously? A toilet seat?
Yeah. It's like that Family Guy episode. Hey, Sharon? Yeah, I have AIDS. And so do you. Psych.
He literally said that, like, in full seriousness, thinking I would believe he got crabs off a toilet seat at some event, like an arena event.
Must have been like Charlie Sheen or somebody must have been taking a shit or pissing in it.
I'm like, dude,
his dick hole touched like the thing or some shit.
I'm like, first of all, you don't tell people you have any, like, I don't need to know that shit. Like, I'm not the one. You tell somebody you risk giving it to. Like, I don't give a fuck. You like, what part of you thought that I would think that was funny?
It's like, bro, but crabs are funny, bro.
Yeah, I'm like, not when you fucking have them.
Yeah, they're not funny.
I'm like, dude. Okay, first of all, don't want to know you have crabs. Second of all, who gives a fuck? And third of all, you're a fucking liar. Because either you never did have crabs, or you did get crabs, and you're just a fucking gross person.
It's like it didn't feel like pinching.
Okay. Yeah, didn't feel like real crabs.
No, like, no, I know what crabs are like.
Because crabs go...
Yeah, they walk sideways.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't see any of those.
They didn't walk sideways on my pubic hairs.
I wasn't on the beach.
Nah, like, I wasn't in water at any point in time.
I don't know what you're talking about, okay? Only water I saw was toilet water, okay?
Wait a minute. There was water.
Toilet water! There was crabs.
Oh, shit! I did have a Krabby Patty.
They pinched at me from the depths.
Yeah. They clawed their way up there.
Like, seriously, dude, that is the stupid. It's just, I don't need to fucking hear that shit. And he tells everybody all his stories over and over again, and then he just brings me into it too. He's like, remember I told you that one time? And while he's telling someone else that one time, I'm just like, oh god, I don't need to hear about it again. Okay.
He likes to
embellish.
He likes to have his Anthony around. He's like, when y'all sat together, I was like, yeah, who the fuck is Gary?
Yeah.
Who the fuck are these people? Because I didn't know like any of y'all names really. Like, oh yeah, so with this guy, I was like, is he cool? They're like, yeah, he's cool. I'm like, all right.
Yeah.
And then, because I seen him before, but I heard him talk, and I was like, I don't know, he has like that douchebag.
Yeah, seriously, with the spiky hair and the fucking, it's gray.
Yeah. The nose stroke.
Yeah, exactly, and that would be Gary.
Yeah.
But with the Rolex and
and
a giant ass chain that's in the shape of a scarf going around his neck.
With crabs hanging around the chain.
The crabs are holding on.
Yeah.
They were like,
you're like, oh, hold it up for your legs.
They're jingling.
Yeah. They walk diagonal.
Yep. Yeah, that, exactly. All of that. Yeah. That's why I usually have like decent, people skills. I can kind of read how they are for the most part when I talk to them. It's like, yeah, you're a douche, or you're annoying, I don't want to hear your voice anymore. Like, this is what it comes down to.
Yeah, very much.
And it's like, him, again, I walked up, I sat down for 5 seconds, started hearing his voice, and I was texting my wife trying to get me out of the situation. I was like, I fucked up. I got home, and she's like, what happened? I'm like, I talked to somebody I don't like, and now they don't let me alone.
He has my number.
He has got my number. And now he texts me at 1 a.m. to go to battle in Pokemon. I'm like, dude, it's 1 a.m. And every time he texts me, my wife sees the text, and she's just like, remember that one time you told me that you made a mistake? It's like, yeah, still paying for it. Dearly. And like, now everything is like, it's now we're best friends. Like, we're in the new training, and he was just like, dude, let's sit together. And I'm like, no. So I came in late, and he was sitting somewhere, and I sat somewhere else. I sat like 3 rows.
Like, I'm gonna be late on purpose.
Yeah. I was just like, gotta sit somewhere else. And then he would just, he's like a girl.
Yeah, he is a girl.
I'm sitting across that trench, right? So it's like maybe 10 feet away from him, and I'm like taking calls. I stand up. I'm off a call. I turn around, and he's over there waving at me, like his hand all the way up in the air.
SOS!
He's like, hey, wanna go raiding tomorrow? And I'm like, no!
Fuck that shit. Okay, I'll see you at 8.
Yeah, no, that's how he is. He's like, dude, I need your I need you to battle with me on the raid because I get more Pokeballs and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to go to the mall on a Sunday.
I'm like, the mall is dead.
Yeah, and I'm like, fuck that. I don't want to go to the mall if I need something. This is leisure. I don't want to fucking do that. Yeah. I hate people.
Right?
I'm like, fuck all these people. We need to do Plague.
I know, right? They're all over the place. Gosh, I hate this place.
I know. There's so many people. There's so much traffic. You expect me to drive at like 7 a.m. to go to this raid at this place? And I'm like, fuck it. I'm definitely not going, first of all. And then I'm not going with you, second of all.
Oh.
And then he's just like, you sure, man? You sure? You would ask me every 5 minutes.
Damn.
And I'm across the way, so he's yelling at me. He's just like, hey, what?
You want to go?
Are you sure you don't want to go? I'm like, yes, I'm sure. I'm like, I have a wife and a family and kids, and I just want to go home to them. I don't want to drive around with you at 10 o'clock at night to go fucking look for raids. And I don't want to sit around with you and talk to you about, like, anything.
That's, like, not even jack shit.
Yeah, it's just there's no benefit to be friends with him. It's actually the opposite.
It is.
It's just like, I don't get any joy out of being his friend. He gets no joy out of being my friend. Like, seriously, I try to push him away. He's just like, hey, you want to go do this? And I'm like, I don't know, dude. And he goes, that's a no. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably a no. Yeah. And he goes, typical you. And I'm like, take the hint, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, I just don't want to do anything.
Yeah. And I hate, like, too, sometimes, because, like, when other people talk to me, because, like, you know, I'm, like, a lot of people talk to me at the same time sometimes, and I'm just like,
everyone shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know who to fucking look at. I'm like, well, the first person that talked to me, I'll talk to them.
Right.
And I'll be like, yeah. Or, like,
stand in line.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm just trying shitty.
Your move.
I'm gonna special summon this.
Nope. Yeah. What does that do? Can't do shit. It says, when your opponent does shit, negate the shit.
Yeah. What does that card do? Well, look. Let me cover that. Well, look. I win.
It's like, is that a magic card? It's a monster.
Obviously, it's. Don't look at the color around it.
Obviously, there's a lot of warriors on here.
So you see that wolf right there? Don't look at the colors. Don't look at the colors. It means it's a monster, okay?
I call bullshit.
And it banishes all your shit.
Yeah. All these cards, banish your shit.
Banish your shit. So, yeah, this has been the Gary Gripe.
The Gary Gripe / annoying people.
Like, half of it will be cut out, but, like,
yeah.
Most of the stuff with my job.
Right? Especially the stuff with the job part.
Yeah, the stuff with the job part will be cut out, but, like, most of the gripes will be valid.
Yeah.
And he's never going to listen to this because I'm never going to link him to it.
Right?
And if he does, go away.
Pretty much.
If he does, I don't want to hear it.
It's like face recognition or face recognition. It's like look at the screen, rub your nose. Access denied.
You cannot listen.
You cannot listen to this podcast. Oh, but a lot of people are like, oh my gosh. First of all, you have nothing like interesting to talk about.
Right.
And I like to talk about interesting things, like things that matter.
Yeah, or just like, yeah, entertaining things, like, you know.
Like I need riveting conversations.
Like I don't want to talk about how I went home and just ate and went to sleep, right?
Yeah.
Like, or like everyone has fights. Like, unless it's like you got stabbed.
Yeah. 9 times. Like 50 Cent.
No, at least 9 times. Because I don't want to hear about Gary stabbing. There's only once. But if you got stabbed 9 times and then you ended up going to jail.
Right.
I'll hear about it. But, like, I don't want to hear the mundane things because I've had enough fights for my lifetime to
like, not
care about yours.
I'm going to stab you. I'm going to let you bleed out. And I get to manage your bank account. And that's what my wife is.
Again, another story he tells every time. It's just like, my wife, like, she controls the bank account. Otherwise, I'd be so broke right now, dude.
Right.
And I'm like, the fact that you said right knows that you know exactly what I'm talking about because he tells it every fucking time.
I know.
Every 5 seconds.
He does.
It's like, I'd be so broke right now without my wife because she handles the finances and I'm so bad with money. Right, Anthony? You know how bad I am with money? I'm like,
you know, like, me and my wife, like, oh, we can't have a kid. Oh, no.
No. Fuck kids. I hate kids.
I hate kids. Oh, no.
Oh.
And then, like, yeah, you know, like, I'm about to get these, like, 10 pets, but you better not talk about my kitty.
Don't talk about my kitty. My kitty's name is... I think the dog's name is Evie.
Yeah, it's like Jolteon or some dumb shit. It's like
the dog's name is Eevee or something, and the cat's name is Meowth, I think.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Like, you might as well just call them bitches like Team Rocket or some shit.
Yeah, they are Team Rocket. It's him, he's fucking...
Yeah.
But he's the chick.
Or he has an alter ego. He is Jesse and James.
Yeah, right? Seriously, Jesus Christ. Same fucking thing over and over again. With his money, too, he's just like... Yeah, I'm so bad with money, man. I spend money like crazy. I buy Rolexes, I buy necklaces, and he failed to mention his fucking Yu-Gi-Oh cards that he just bought, but like pretending he found them in the attic. He's like, yeah, my mom just told me there's a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the attic. I'm like, that's convenient, because we just started playing Yu-Gi-Oh.
Right? Yeah, my grandma, mom, aunties,
dad,
the house that I stay at.
Right, wherever.
In the attic, it's there.
Yeah. Apparently, they bought me a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards the Christmas right after I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh, and so they're all brand new.
I know you bought them
unsealed.
Shits like, yeah, I know you bought them shits like just that time and shit.
Sealed and everything. Yeah. And then I was like, he was like, yeah, I want to go tomorrow and pick them up. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then the next day came, and he was like, I was like, hey, did you bring your cards? He goes, no, I haven't picked them up yet. And I'm like, oh, okay, you just need more time to go to Target or something, right? He's like, I just haven't picked them up yet, or whatever. So then he goes and like gets them, brings them in. There's a box of commons, but like the same card, same 3 cards over and over again. It's like common card, just 3 different cards, and then it's like copies of those cards.
Yeah. And
then that's it. And then the rest of them are brand new.
Yeah.
Like unopened, sealed, and I'm just like, oh, you found all of those.
You just found them?
He just found them. And I talked about that one picture he took. Was like, sent me a picture, and it was like 11 o'clock, mind you. It was like 11 o'clock at night. He was like, how much do you think this box is? And he sent a picture of like one of the boxes that was like unopened. And I was like, I don't know, however fucking much you paid for it, because you just bought that box. You didn't just find it. Like,
right?
It's like, what the fuck? Like, is there a reason to lie? Like, I bought these cards. Like, I bought them. I didn't find them in my attic. I bought them.
Yeah.
Some of the new ones I bought like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
This box that I bought right here, I got this less than 6 months ago. It was just sitting there, but it was 6 months ago. I'm not finding them just today. They're sitting here.
Right.
So, there's why lie?
Because
validation
makes you feel better.
Yeah, makes you feel better.
It's like, now I can sleep.
It's I'll rub your nose.
I need to rub my nose.
Rub your nose, suck your thumb. Can you do both at the same time?
It'd be like, wifey, you know what turns me on. She's like, all right, come here. It's like,
rub my nose. Oh yeah, rub my nose. Rub.
Yeah.
It's like listen to someone brush their teeth.
Dude, when I get into, man, like when I start the day,
yeah,
like he just like when I'm like logging in, he's like, yo, like, and he just talks to me about like nonsense, and I'm just like, bro, like I gotta fucking log in, like,
don't waste my time.
Yeah, I was like, what if I get like a fucking call or some shit, like, you know, because you're fucking wasting my time. We just hate talking about nothing.
Yeah. I wish we would have talked about this earlier, because we could have been talking shit about him a long time ago.
I know. I thought you were his boy.
That's the thing. Yeah, see, and that's cool if we were actually friends, but like, and like, I'll defend a friend that I care about, but him, I'm just like, he just won't leave me alone, dude. He won't leave me alone. Like,
and then when Jabari's like, bro, like, this. I was like, thank God, because I thought I was like the only one that thought that shit in the beginning.
Yeah, I give Jabari faces all the time when he starts talking about something. He's just like, he looks at my hand, he's like, hey. He pulls out one of his cards from his deck. Summon this, dude. Summon this. I know. Like, are you an idiot? Like, I know you're not serious, but at the same time, like, it's the same joke you told like 5 times.
I know. Like the first one, I'd be like, since I never seen that before,
good
caught
joke.
me off guard.
Good
Yeah,
joke.
like,
Like,
all right.
Yeah.
He's like, just summon like Exodia, like.
Yeah. He goes in there. It's a whole bit. He pulls out his box. He goes through his cards. He's like, 1 piece, 2 piece, 3 piece, 4 piece, 5 piece, 5 piece Exodia. Okay. Hey, dude. Hey. Something this. Dude, it'll win you the game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm in the middle of a duel, dude. Shut the fuck up.
I'm about to win the game, and then you're fucking in my way.
Yeah, you're just like, why? And then, fucking hell, there's another thing.
There's lots of things.
Another Gary Gripe.
Welcome to What We Hate About Gary.
This episode, I'm going to call it Gary Gripe. That's going to be in the description. Be like, episode 2, Gary Gripe.
The longest rant ever.
Yeah, same guy.
It's the same guy.
The same guy.
Same guy never ceases to amaze us. Always does different shit.
He's always got to come back with 2 more stories, but they'll be like repeats of the last stories.
Be like, yeah, so I got stabbed in my leg next to my ribs, but my ribs were in my leg.
Right. And then I pulled it out and I wasn't bleeding because me too.
And then I told her, I was like, hey, please don't stab me.
Please don't stab me.
And then that was it.
And then I went to jail.
Yeah. Domestic violence.
For telling her that I shouldn't be stabbed. He's got the hipster thing. Like, he just has to have what everyone else has. He's like, I was there first. I had so many fucking cards in my attic, dude.
Or the one-upper.
Yeah, and the one-upper. Yeah, he's just like, I have to have the best things. Like, dude,
right.
I'm okay with losing. If I get my ass kicked, I get my ass kicked, but I learn next time.
Yeah.
Same thing with, like, anything else. But he's just like, I can't lose. It's not the way it works, okay? I have this card that banishes everything. I can't lose.
Yeah.
I'm not a loser.
And he was like, yo, for your Goyo. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't do shit.
He does that. He pulls it out. He's like, dude, I found this card. It's going to be great against Hyde, dude. Look at this. Look at this. It does this. And I'm like,
I don't do shit.
I don't see anywhere that it banishes everything.
I don't see where it does shit.
He's like, it's going to be great, dude. Okay? He can't bring out his Goyo. I'm going to stop it. And I'm like, no, he can bring out his Goyo and then he can fuck you up. Like, I don't understand what this card does. Like, it doesn't do anything.
Pretty much, he's like, fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough. I have the movie version of Slifer, and I'm like, dude, that's not even like.
It's like, so what does he do? You just basically lose. I mean, just do whatever. Like, everything's negated, you lose.
You lose.
You just lose.
This card that you lose. There's a reason, like, the show isn't considered anything when it comes to the actual card game. Like,
yeah, he told me that, and I was like, it's all cheating. Like, even does that in the fridge.
Even his card, he says, is the movie version of Slifer. It's still not, like, invincible and unbeatable. It's like, it just says you could do 1 or 2 things differently. It still gets your ass kicked.
Yeah.
You have to be able to bring it out. You know how hard it is to bring it out of fucking... Unless you have a deck made to bring that shit out.
That's what I told him. I was like, you know how hard it is to bring that shit out? And he's like, all you have to do is tribute 3 monsters. I was like, how are you going to even keep 3 monsters on the field?
Especially, yeah, when they get tuned and they're
when they get tuned and they're getting blasted and all that.
They're getting traded for fucking tokens and shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, that too, it's just like, he just says shit to say shit. He's like, dude, this card that I found, right, in my thing, it's, like, perfect for my samurai deck, dude. My samurai deck is going to use this up like crazy.
Yeah.
And then it's, like, some stupid-ass card. Like,
yeah.
That does nothing to do with the samurai deck.
He was like...
It doesn't accent it at all.
He's like, bro. And he was like... He's like, it's the serial OI Concos or whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm like...
You can't even use that.
And I'm like, this shit sucks. He's like, oh, no, like... You know, with my deck, like, it gives everyone 500 and you can't destroy it. And I'm like, yeah, but then I got this, and then I just whip your ass with this, and then by that time you even get it out, you're already dead.
and then afterwards, he's like, when he actually loses because he can't cheat, he goes, you know what? I realize it's not good for my deck, but I'm going to make a deck that's good for it. Like, it's just not good for my deck. You know, I just realized that right now. Like,
right?
Dude, you should have realized that when you read the fucking card.
Getting cold as shit.
Really? Damn.
Yeah. To me, he uses, like the rage of the blue eyes on his 6 samurais and shit. He's like, look, negate all your dragons.
Kill them.
Kill them all. Banish everything.
Yeah, dude. Hey, he's just...
But yeah,
hey,
like...
that's what it is.
Yeah, like, I kind of got it from that guy. I was like... Cause, like, after, the first day, like, the second day, I was like, dude, it's annoying as shit. Like, he's fucking annoying.
Again, 10 minutes after, I was like, fuck this, dude.
Yeah. Because I was like, I'd give him a chance. I was like, no, I'm just going to give him a chance because, like, he just probably doesn't know how to talk to people.
Yeah. Like, it could be, like, antisocial or something.
Yeah.
Just, like, not know how to do it.
It's like an introvert or some dumb
exactly.
shit.
And so when he's trying to reach out, he's like, it's hard for him.
Yeah.
He's just a dick.
Yeah. And then he's like, hey, Hyde. I'm like, yeah? He's like, pull my finger.
Fuck off.
I'm like, dude, I'm not going to come on, just pull my finger. He's like, and I was like, well, like that. He's like, doorknob. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I'm like, dude, I'm just gonna turn the fuck around and I'm just gonna like work on my shit. I'm gonna shut the fuck up and I'm not gonna like think about this.
Right. Just a waste of my brain space.
Because I'm like, dude, if like I have this in my brain, something that's valuable to me will be thrown out.
Yes.
It's gone.
Fucking Yu-Gi-Oh rules gone. Now he can cheat all he wants.
Now I can't banish anything.
Yeah. Now everything in my card, my decks are banished. Damn it.
I'm gonna start doing that. I'm be like, I'm just gonna see what he says. Like, I'm just gonna bust out a new card, and then be like, so what does that do? I was like,
okay.
This just banishes things.
When we play, you know, when Gary and I play, and then you're on the sidelines watching and like keeping track of his cheats, right? He can't cheat, first of all. You stop him, and then when I put down a card that just obliterates him, like literally, there's a card that I have that just I put it down and all his cards are gone, like everything on the field. He goes, Can he do that? And I'm like, yeah, fucker. Like, I'm not gonna, like,
right?
Like, don't ask me if I can do that when you're over there banishing everything because you all of a sudden have this crazy card. Like, this is a real fucking card. You can read it. I'm not gonna cover anything.
Right. Here, you can read it. You need a magnifying glass?
Yeah, exactly. Like, dude, don't come at me like that. Like, don't pretend like you're offended that I can do something when the rules are on my side.
Pretty much. He's like, no, you can't do that. I call bullshit.
Fucking read the card, dude.
Right.
And it's not even like little rules that like, man, it's hard to interpret that. It's just like, yeah, you're fucked up, and he goes, you sure? Like, that's it. No, you're fucked.
He's like, oh hell.
It's just it's black and white right there, dude.
Yeah.
There's no way to interpret that differently. You get fucked. That's it. I win.
Pretty much. It's like, you got fucked over? Just take it, bro. Like that one, after that call, like that he got, he was like I had Breaker on the field, and he's like, what's his attack? I was like, 19. And he's like, and he reads it. I'm like, dude, you read it like a million times. I was like, basically gets a 300 counter, like, and I get to destroy one card, like, on your backfield if I don't.
You're the only one who cheats, so, like, I'm doing the rules, like, you're the one who should be
worried
about it? No.
And then he's like, all right, okay. And then he busts out, like, an 1800, right? And he's just like, I attack. I'm like, okay. And then he's like, all right, so that thing, go bye-bye. And I'm like, I was like, dude, he's 19. He's like, oh man, that call can we just start over? That call got me so flustered. I don't know what to do.
It's always a reason.
And I'm like, dude. I was like, every time I'm like, whose turn is it? My turn? What are you at? How many cards?
Yeah.
Like this.
Yeah, you catch up, right?
Yeah.
Because otherwise you get fucked. There are times when I'll come back in a call and I'm just like, damn it. He fucking summoned something and I could have just fucked him up with there, but I messed up. I didn't. But I'm not going to be like, dude, let's backtrack. I got flustered. I'm like, all right, I fucked up. Next turn, or I don't. That's just the way it is. Like, at one time I put down it was either, it was a monarch and it took out those two bright green spells or whatever. And like, first of all, I did that. He turned over one of the spells. That one he says was banned. He's like, nope. And I'm like, it's a card effect. It's not a spell or a trap. Isn't that what that is? And he goes, I'm like, let me see it. And I grab it from him. I'm like, yeah, it says spell right there. Spell. It's got to be a spell. Give it back to him.
Yeah.
And then he flips it back over, and I'm like, I'll be fair. I'm not going to choose the other ones. Now that I know what that is, I'm still going to choose those two. So those two. And he goes, that's fine. Those ones. I'm glad you didn't choose the other one. There's only one more there.
So that's how it'll be like. And then like he'd be like, nope. And he'd be like, can't use that. Be like,
yeah. All right.
I'm like, dude, I don't give a shit. I will fucking. Doesn't matter
I'll
because
kill them all.
Yeah, you'll get rid of one monster and I'll just kill you, and then I keep going back and forth.
Yeah. Okay. He's so cocky about that too. I'm just like, I put down something. It's like a token. I put down the 2 tokens. He plays something and it actually kills it. And I'm like, that's fine. That's out of the way now. Your mirror force, it's gone. Like you don't have. If you have another one, that's fine. I'll put something else down. I'll attack. You're gonna use another mirror force. That's fine. There goes your 2 mirror forces. And now I have free reign with a bunch of monarchs still in my deck. Like, I don't give a shit. But he's like, yes, fuck you up. I'm like, no, you didn't.
And like the one duel, he was like, yeah, I summoned Jinzo because he's just foolish burial from Graceful Charity, and then all the band shit basically. And then he's like, Jinzo doesn't scare me. And then like his whole back row was nothing but trap cards.
It should fucking scare you because you're an idiot.
Yeah, and I was like, well, I got these, and he's like, all right, well, I'll destroy him. And I'm like, controller.
With the way he plays, yeah, it should worry him. But the thing is, he's not because he thinks he's gonna win. Like it's just the way it is. His confidence is his downfall.
Yeah, and he's like, oh. And then I'm like thinking like, all right, you're gonna kill Jinzo if you have any attack like of anybody. I got these. And he's like, I'll set this in defense mode, and then my turn. And then I'm like, kind of scheme is this, and I'm attacking, and it's like a 400 defense monster or some shit, and it just dies, and I'm just like,
what the fuck was that?
What the fuck? Yeah.
Face for?
What the fuck?
Like it was gonna do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he
And he only got close because he used 2 mirror forces, and I didn't know there was mirror force in his deck.
Yeah.
Because I looked at his whole deck, like when he was doing it, I didn't know he added new cards, and all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I just attacked for like game, and then he's like mirror force. I'm like, damn, I didn't know you had that in your deck, so that's why he got me low to 1800.
Right.
But if I knew he had
it was a surprise. It would have been
yeah, it would have been a different story. And he's like, you got so lucky when you drew that card. I was like, I've been had that card in my hand.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you didn't. No, you didn't. I was like, dude, how do you know? Because like
you can't see my hand.
You can't see my fucking hand. It's not like I'm like,
holding there and like,
oh what?
Yeah. He just, that's just the way he is. He's so fucking cocky about it. Like, he would just destroy something. He would destroy the smallest thing, or he would negate my tokens. Like, I would put out a dandelion, and he would find a way to banish it. He would legitimately banish it, not a Gary banish. And it would get banished, and he was like, fuck yeah, you can't use your fucking tokens. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I have 2 more copies in there that I can pull anytime because I have, like, Foolish Burial and shit. And then... second of all, like, who cares? They're just fucking tokens. The reason they can use them is just for cannon fodder. Like, they go away.
Right.
And then I turned over Foolish Burial. And he goes, nope! And he puts down something that, like, negates it. I think he uses his fucking Synchro Monster. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. That's once per turn. And then I put down something else that summons it. And he goes, nope! And I'm like, no, it's once per turn, dude. Like, stop it.
Like, nope!
Yeah, like, nope to you.
Once per every turn. And it's not even once, it's like
then
5 million.
And then when I actually, like, argue with him and then put it down eventually after I win the argument because I'm right, he goes, that's fine. Don't worry, I'm not even worried. That's fine. Or I would attack something and I'd destroy it and he's like, I'm not even worried. Or I'd he gets so mad when I negate his attack, so I'd put, like, I changed something. First of all, he cheated in the way where I turned over Magic Cylinder for his Synchro, and he's like, I negate it. And I didn't realize, I didn't check it first. I was like, I thought it just negated everything. So I was like, that's fine. And negated, but then he continued his attack, and I put down Mirror Force. He's like, I negate that. And I'm like, you can't negate that. It's once per turn.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, I don't remember why, but somehow he continued his attack. I think he used something else, like Magic Jammer for something else, or I don't know. He negated Magic Force, Mirror Force somehow. I don't remember how. Anyways, put Mirror Force away, and he's still trying to attack. And I was like, all right, Spellbind or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So puts it on, attaches it to his synchro monster, so he can't attack, can't change the defense position, and he still tried to negate it. He's like, nope, I negate it. I put it on this guy. And I'm like, first of all, any effect that you've been using for the last, like, 10 turns, I mean, it's one turn, but, like, 10 different effects, like, you can't do that. And it doesn't destroy any monsters. I'm reading it right now. I have to read it upside down because you're not going to give me the card.
Yeah.
I'm reading it. It says once per turn, and if it's a monster destroying card. So
it's a destroying card.
Exactly. Yeah. So I attach it to it. I'm like, now he can't do anything.
Yeah. I was like, it's not destroying it. It's like just not.
It's attaching to it, or it's negating his attack. So then I put it down. It's attached. He can't attack, and then he uses something like attacks me, and it's so funny because he always gets the brunt of my like battle fader or something like that. So he'll attack me. I have no cards in the field, but I have like a copy of battle fader and a copy of another thing that's pretty much the same thing, and then Rainbow Karibo. Pretty much at the same time. So he attacks me. I'm like, end your battle phase. He goes, it's fine. I'll get you next time. It's fine. At least I got that out of the way. And I just gotta wait for Rainbow Karibo to come out.
He's like, nope.
And I'm like, all right. So, and then I gave him another turn. I'm just collecting cards at this point.
Yeah.
And he's like, I attack again. And you can't use that fucking thing again. And I'm like, yeah, but I have a different card that does exactly the same thing. End your battle phase. And he goes, fuck. And he's like, fine. And now I just gotta worry about your fucking Rainbow Karibo. And then, I used that chain thing to get a synchro, and then I put down Rainbow Karibo for his other thing because he tried to attack with that, and he had 2 cards on the field that were useless. And he was so mad because he couldn't pull anything after that. He would pull something and like, face down. It's a spell card. Go. You do this little wave. And then I'd be like, okay. And then I would summon a monarch, and it would just destroy practically the whole backfield. And then he'd draw, and it would be something else. He'd just put it down, and he's like, go. And then I would just keep like just hitting him, and then I would get a call, and then I come back to it, and it was like 10 o'clock by then. I was like, yeah, I gotta go. I got a podcast to do, and like I'm gonna go home. He's like, okay, that's fine. It's like it's fine. I was like, oh, we'll call it a draw, even though I was winning. He was like, no, I was gonna beat you. I'm like, fuck.
Like, nah, yeah, like. You only had this last turn, basically.
I was practically toying with you. Like, I didn't need to put anything down, and everything you would put down is negated. Like, there's nothing. I was just knocking out. I would use that thing, the ejection one or whatever, that put it back in my hand. I would just keep playing the same monarch, practically.
Yeah.
And then I would use the other one that lets me put it back in my hand and play the same monarch, and it would just piss him off.
Yeah. The bounce, and you're like, no, you can't negate.
You can't ban all my cards.
You can't ban on my cards.
Baby dragon.
Yeah. He be doing that. I caught him a few times. I'm like, dude, stop cheating.
Yeah. And he doesn't learn. He doesn't.
And I'm like, as much as you look at your cards, like, you should know what they all do.
Yeah. I play with my cards enough that I know what they do.
Yeah.
And there's no reason for me to, like, be weary about what they do, for the most part.
You should be like, oh, is that the one that basically, this, that,
like,
the other?
we know each other's cards by now.
Yeah.
Like, I know his card. I know it's once per turn. I know it's like something that destroys something. So every time he puts it down, I'm just like, yeah, you can't do that, dude.
The general?
Yeah, whatever.
Like the Shin?
Yeah, Shin.
Yeah. The
Puts that in
fucking
every time.
one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's his favorite one.
Yeah. And he, like, when he, like, does the one that's 3 different samurais, the purple one?
Exactly, yeah.
He's like, ooh.
He's like,
ooh.
Every good time he draws, he's like, ooh, you're in trouble.
Yeah. It's like, you ain't got nothing for me.
Or he says the same thing. What does he say? He goes, ooh, that's trouble. Or like, that's gonna be a problem for you.
And he always pulls like 2 mirror forces all the time.
He definitely is. He's the same thing. Like before, when he would pull Obelisk every duel. Like I would legit shuffle. He was like, we got 1 god card. Will you get a god card? I get a god card. I'm like, okay, you can choose whatever god card you want out of these 3. And he's like, I want Obelisk. I'm like, all right, fine. I get Slifer. And then we would shuffle them in the deck, and I would shuffle them properly, and I didn't see Slifer once. It was 40 cards. I didn't see Slifer once. The odds of me getting Slifer is 1 out of 40. and then shuffling on top of that is even more, right?
Yeah.
It's less it could be. So then over here, he's over there like, picked a fucking obelisk in my first hand, or my second draw, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he's just using bullshit. He's putting down stuff, and he'd put down an obelisk, he'd be like, I can summon it because Gary rules, and
Gary rules everything.
And I'm like, wait, you're summoning it? He's like, yeah, but I'm playing by the new rules. And I'm like, what? What new rules?
Yeah. And he's like, hey, I can like use these for scapegoats and like summon it in the first turn. I was like, first of all, you can't summon anything when you use scapegoats.
No.
Second, I was like, you need 3 monsters.
Yeah, those aren't tributes.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, he's putting it down, his new rules. I was like, dude, this card has been out since early 2000. You think that if it's not like a drastic change, you think they're gonna change this card so much that you can do whatever you want with it?
Yeah. Because I told him, I was like, that card does like the cards in hand times 1,000, the 2,000 defense thing,
Right.
and then you need 3 tributes to summon it. That's why I told him, was like, no, like it has like basically all these abilities I never heard of before, like Gary abilities, and I was like,
Gary abilities.
I was like, where is this coming from? He's like, yeah, you know, like I can sacrifice like this. I can actually wrap the dragon around you, and I can destroy you.
Yeah.
Like the floating castle type bit.
Yeah, like it's just bullshit.
Yeah.
Like complete bullshit, or it's like nonsense.
Like the floating ring.
Yeah.
That after Swords of Revealing Light, then
It goes
crashes
away
on
and it
all your
crashes.
monsters.
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's just cartoon effects.
Right?
And it's like that. Yeah, he's just like, yeah, the new rules. And I'm like, dude, okay, this is the card. This is Gravity Bind, right? In 10 years, they're not going to change Gravity Bind so that it's only 2 stars you have to have instead of 4 stars.
Yeah.
Or, like, it's not going to change its fundamental effect. If they're going to come out with a new card that's similar, but different, right? They're not going to change Obelisk and how he works.
Right? Yeah, I can, like, you know, take a hold of this. And
like, Dark Magician isn't a single tribute summon or a double, you know, like he just doesn't change. It doesn't obliterate everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
You can't give him 8 billion attack points.
You have to have Harpies when you use Harpy's Feather Duster.
Exactly, right. Yeah, that's his thing. It's all about this show.
Yeah, it is. Because that's how he remembers it.
Yeah, that's how he knows the effects. And the effects on the show are stupid.
Yeah. And I'm like, all that is like wrong. There's some things that are like right, but
yeah, well, I mean, like, again, fundamentally with the rules and shit like that, they play fast and loose with all like the cards and the effects and stuff, and of course it's for dramatic effect.
mm-hmm.
But then there's a reason there's a card game with rules.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, if they made a Monopoly movie, the Monopoly movie's gonna be fucking boring as shit, but they're gonna have to put some dramatic stuff in there so that it's interesting, like Clue.
It's like playing Monopoly, but like instead of paying with like the money,
Yeah.
you like, y'all just pay you like next month.
Right, because in the movie.
Yeah, because in the movie, you know, like in real life, you pay monthly.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't pay when you land on
Right.
stuff.
The game of life, you don't really drive around in a car and shit like to go between, you know, graduation and fucking.
Yeah, it's like, you know, they should have it like graduation, and instead of like, you know, going to like college or like working, it should be like Section 8 and like
You're right.
doing nothing.
And like community service.
Yeah. And like making money under the table.
Yeah, exactly. Like no taxes.
Yeah.
You know, not if you're making it at the table.
0 credit score.
And the spinner in life is irrelevant, okay? Because in real life, there's no spinner. You just ignore the spinner, okay? You just move along as much gas as you have.
Yeah. You know, I got a Prius, so I'm gonna move a lot of fucking blocks.
Exactly right. Yeah, because a lot of gas, not just half electric.
Yeah. You know, it's 40 miles to a gallon.
I can go from birth all the way to graduation without even busting a sweat. Like
I'm Billy Madison this shit.
Stay in school.
Yeah. It's like, you know what? I didn't even go to school. I just turned 16 and said, get my GED.
I drove all the way there, my Prius.
Yeah. I drove all the way there because my parents bought me a Prius.
And no kids.
Yeah.
Rubbing the nose.
It's just like crazy because like you just see him be like honey, like just leave me alone.
I'm rubbing my
I'm
nose.
busy.
Let me
not-
think.
You watching Pornhub? Like,
Rubbing the nose.
like faster than usual. Like just,
It's more of a soft brushing.
yeah, it's like
It's a soft tingling of the nose.
it's like if his nose had like a chin.
Yep, there you go. And that's the thing. If I'm thinking maybe I'll scratch my beard or something, but he's over there like rubbing his nose.
He was like this. He's like, let me see one of your cards. I was like, nah, I don't let people be touching my cards. Yeah, my thumb's a little crusty. You know. I'm like, ugh.
I took off some of the grease on my face.
It's like you're the type of person that like gets butt ass naked and farts on your wife's pillow and hopes she falls asleep
Yeah.
on the butt
Seriously.
particles.
Ugh, good butt particles. He's just like spreading that shit like crazy. Everywhere he can.
Right? He be doing that shit. I'm like, dude, don't touch me.
One time I walked up to him and he like practically shit his pants like when he was sitting at his desk. I walked up to him and was like, what the fuck, dude? And I like took it like 4 steps back.
Yeah.
He was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. Like, it literally smells like shit over here. I'm like, fuck you, dude.
He's like a shorts checker. Like, when he farts, like, yo, you might as, like, you probably shit yourself.
It smells like shit.
It smells like straight up fucking dog shit.
Yeah, it's really disgusting. Like, I don't know you like that, dude.
Right? I was like, even if I did know you like that, I was like,
it's still not
that will
warranted.
never be cool with me.
Yeah, it's still
ever.
not warranted. I'm not over here asking for your fucking shit, dude.
Yeah. It's like the type of person, like, when you're sleeping, like, you cannot fall asleep, like, next to that dude.
That's, he's not a common sense guy. He's just more like a fucking...
Yeah. Fucking, like, doucherillo.
Yeah.
Like, if I was like, yo, man, I'm pretty, like, wasted because I stood here drinking all this liquor. Do you mind if I, like, pass out of your house?
Right.
It's like, yeah, it's cool. It's like, all right. Then it's like...
And he's over there shitting on you.
He's like, yo, I'm gonna fart on his head.
Yeah.
Or like,
that's just the kind of guy he is.
Yeah, or I'm just gonna, like, pull my pants down.
But none of the shit that he would do to someone else is okay with him.
Yeah.
Like, there's been shit that, like, I don't know. I'll, like, make fun of him or something, and he'll be like, don't do that. Like, don't fucking make fun of me. Or, like, if you even get close to sounding like you might be cheating because you're gonna kick his ass, he's like, are you sure you can do that? That's cheating.
I call bullshit.
One thing, he was like, what's funny is that sometimes I make fun of him to his face. Like, I'm just like, I don't even make fun of him. I just talk shit about him to his face. So he's telling the story, and like he's talking about how he's done something stupid or something like that. And I'm like, dude, and I say it to his face, straight face. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. And he thinks I'm joking, or he just doesn't care that I'm not joking. He's just like, yeah, I know, right? And I'm like, yeah, you're literally the stupidest person I've ever heard of. And he just laughs along like that. I'm just like, yeah, I'm not even joking. I'm not laughing. I'm not doing anything. I'm turning back to and taking a call because I was serious.
Yeah, I was fucking serious as shit.
No, like, and I do that to him all the time. He just tells some story, and I'm just like, wow, you're retarded. Like you're a fucking idiot.
It's like, you fucking moron.
Yeah, seriously, you're a moron. Like, you're so stupid.
Yeah.
And he'd be like, yeah, man, I know. And I'm like, the fact that you acknowledge it makes you even more stupid.
Yeah. Stroking my nose.
He's stroking my nose. Yeah, it's funny making fun of him to his face because he's just like, you know, that's how I get my I let go of all the stress. I'm like, Gary, you're fucking stupid. And he goes, yeah.
Like, yo, like, bro, like, just pull my fucking finger.
I just needed to say it. I just needed to say it.
Yeah. I just need you to pull my finger.
Yeah.
Actually, pull my hand.
Yeah.
See how big this one was.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, I didn't pull your finger, so keep it in your fucking ass, dude.
Right. So you put it back in your ass where it belongs.
Seriously, suck it back up. I don't want to fucking smell it.
Yeah, it's getting late.
It's time to end it. This has been the Gary Gripe.
The Gary Gripe Show. It's like,
Yeah, this is gonna be it's gonna be a tough one to edit.
yeah.
But I'm gonna have to take out some like
Key
10
things.
minutes of silence for Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah.
Half an hour of like talking
Work.
about jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks everyone for listening. Hopefully we'll get 7 more listeners, and then I can be validated, right? And I'm gonna go around telling everybody that I got 7 listeners on a podcast.
Yes, 7 whole
And
listeners.
6 of them were me, and 1 of them was you.
Yes.
But I still got the validation and the number to prove it.
Just hit like, comment, or subscribe.
Yeah. So one thing I am kind of annoyed about is that I'm pretty sure the way I'm going to upload it on Anchor is going to be riddled with ads, and if it's not, that'd be great. But if it is, I apologize. But we'll get like something going so that we don't have to worry about the ads and shit.
Yeah, send me like the link or whatever.
Yeah. Once I upload, I don't know how quickly it uploads, but I'll edit it, I'll upload it, and then I'll send you some way to listen to it.
Do you still have the first one?
Yeah.
I'll probably listen. Like, what is that?
It's still up there. It's on Spotify, Google Play. I'm pretty sure if you have it like an Android, you can look it up on Google Podcasts. You should download the app or something. It's just called Dr.Rios and Mr.Hyde.
Nice.
I'm gonna make a Twitter. I'm gonna make a Twitter. Probably call it just Dr.Rios and Mr.Hyde.
Yeah.
I have a Twitter already. That's like a throwaway Twitter. I'll just change the name and then start following all the celebrities like John Stamos, my cousin, and you know Don Cheadle, right? Or not Don Cheadle, but do you know Don Cheadle too? Like you know what's his name? Dave Chappelle. You know Dave
Yeah.
Chappelle. I think I have.
You know what? I'm gonna say I know Don Cheadle too.
Yeah. Do you have his number?
Yeah, I
Can you text
fucking
him
have his
real
number. I'll text him all day.
All right. I'm gonna get Gary to text Billy Corgan real quick because I need.
Yeah.
We need music for the podcast.
Dude, we need Smashing Pumpkins featuring.
Oh yeah. So one thing I want to talk about was you ever listen to Offspring? You ever like?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, people have different tastes, and the thing is, I've never been ashamed of like my music taste because I'm a musician, but at the same time, like I like music and just the way it is. Like, and I'm not gonna give someone shit for someone else's music because you like whatever you like, right? But in high school or middle school, I was in middle school, I was listening to Smashing Pumpkins like nonstop. Kind of discovered them. My first album I ever bought was the Smashing Pumpkins Siamese Dream album, and so I would listen to it nonstop on my iPod. And this kid came up, like sat down next to me, and like every day on the bus, we like driving on the bus, he like, loved Offspring or something, you know. And he like takes the headphone out of my ear, and he's like, "Dude, how come you listen to Smashing Pumpkins like nonstop, dude? Why don't you listen to like some real rock, like Offspring?" And I'm like, that was the point. I was like, everyone has their own like everyone has their own opinion about what good music or rock music is or like whatever. I was like, at that point I was like, all right, to each their own. Like it's just the way it is. Like I'm not gonna give someone shit first of all, and then I'm not gonna suggest a band that I consider shittier than but this is,
What's real rock like? Nickelback.
yeah. You listen to Smashing Pumpkins. Why don't you listen to some real rock like Nickelback?
Yeah, what's really like Sublime?
Yeah, sometime with Rome.
Yeah, with real. That's fucking real rock.
Classic. Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, don't, yeah, what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
Offspring, in my opinion, and this is my opinion and only, like it's not, they're not considered, you know, as groundbreaking or influential or, you know, closely to rock as Smashing Pumpkins. And that's just the way it is, and that's just my opinion. But I'm not gonna be like, dude, listen to Offspring. Why don't you listen to some real rock, like fucking Nickelback?
Yeah. Like, what's really listen to like, you know,
3 Doors Down.
like Mbop.
Mbop, yeah. Why don't you listen to the Hansons, dude?
Yeah, Hanson, that's
Fucking
fucking
listen to-
real rock,
yeah.
bro.
Oh man, they go so hard.
That shit goes hard in the paint, my dude.
Bop, dude.
Bop, 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 motherfuckers all day.
Yeah. Fucking fuck Offspring. It's all about the bop. So yeah, that was the point in my in my childhood. I was like, all right, people have their own opinions. That's cool. Like music is music, and everyone likes their own thing. But I'm not gonna shit on people for it. People listen to Nickelback. I know there's some like non-shitty Nickelback songs. I mean, they're all the same song, so you have like one non-shitty
Yeah.
Nickelback
I mean, they're
song.
all shitty in its own
Right,
way,
right,
but
exactly.
not shitty also in its own
Yeah,
way.
it's like it's a paradox, right?
Yeah.
It's a Gary dox.
Yeah. I banished that dox.
But like that's cool. That's fine. Like you can like Nickelback, and like someone who says they like Nickelback, I'm like, you enjoy it. That's good. You found enjoyment out of someone that everyone hates. Cool.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I just want to tell that quick story.
Yeah.
Music is music, and I love it.
Yeah.
I like all kinds, and I love other people's opinions, even though some of them are wrong.
Like, this shit sucks. I respect your opinion.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing with religion, politics. It's all about it. You have your own fucking opinion. I don't care. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah. It's like, you know, I gaff.
Yeah. You can agree with me or not. Either way, I don't care.
You don't give a shit.
Yeah. All right. Thanks everyone for listening. Have a good night. I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I'm going to bed as well. Well,
all right.
After I drive for a fucking hour.
Hell yeah, dude. Sucks.